Are we on? Is this bitch on, honey? Is this bitch recording? What's up, you guys? Back again. Just checking in to see how y'all are doing on this good Tuesday afternoon. Or whatever afternoon this is when you're watching this. I've been too far along out of the loop. I need to get back really into this. Anyways, what's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? Hopefully, you guys are having a fabulous day. I'm having an all right kind of day. What's up, Natasha, my love? Thank you so much. Hopefully, everyone is having a good day. I mean, what? I mean, you know how we do. Drop down in the comments, give me a little nudge towards a direction, a topic, a person, a story, or something. You know how we do over here. All inclusive, safe space. Voice your opinions as I voice mine, because they are simply just my opinions. Let me go over to my Instagram. Off the top of the head, I really can't think of anything, although there has been many things. You know, so one. I'm gonna just let me start back with Jamie Foxx, and it can't, because we don't know too much, but every now and then we get a little something. He's on the mend now. Jamie Foxx, pickleball, and then I was watching a Subway commercial, and they were talking about pickleball. Also, there's an animated dog. Is it dogs? I think it's dogs. An animated movie coming out with dogs, and it's Jamie Foxx and Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart, coupled with the show coming out with him and Corinne, his daughter, and then this movie with Cameron Diaz, who was at a party or something. Let me get to my Instagram so I can see the things. Who was at a party? It's just, again, I say all that to say, what's going on? What is going on with Jamie Foxx? He has irons in the oven, and in the world of the media that we live in, it takes a little something, because stick with me on how I do. I was scrolling through Instagram. I think it might have been even Facebook, and Tabitha, Hello Loves or whatever, the vegan lady, and her husband Rick Ross is talking about pickleball too. What is the thing with pickleball? Has anybody ever played pickleball in here? But Tabitha, I'm gonna call her Tabitha Coffee, but Tabitha Brown, she was on Ed Shannon Sharp show with her husband. Now, this is where I'm going with this. If it weren't for Wendy Williams, also, I don't know if we prayers. I don't know what we do for Wendy. I just don't know. Keep her in your heart and your thought. I don't know what we do with Wendy at this point. But if it weren't for Wendy Williams talking about how she looks crazy sticking by her man and wanting to retire him, would nobody think about that man? It was nothing she could have did that with her brand that crossed her man into that. If he wasn't cooking or anything like that. Hey Angela, what's up, Sugarfoot? If he was, because he's not cooking and I don't know if he's vegan. He's not helping because she's retiring him. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for the share. So if it weren't for Wendy Williams to cross him and to not infiltrate, but to bring him into Hot Topics and make it a story, wouldn't nobody even be thinking about him? And now they're on these things and celebrating these things and doing these things. Thank you so much, Ange. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is the media and this is the way it works, because now Jamie Foxx has all these things going out, and now we're waiting to see if he's okay. Oh, welcome, Diva Lee. Welcome to the fam. We're gonna wait and see what he's looking like, how he sounds, what he's doing, and then just strictly off the love of Jamie Foxx, are people gonna go and support that animated movie, the damn TV show, the talk show, the TV show with his daughter, the damn movie with Cameron Diaz? You know what I mean? That, you see what I'm saying with that? Pickleball, Rick Ross, Subway, Jamie Foxx. What the fuck is pickleball? I'm gonna play pickleball. I'm gonna get out to a park and grab me a friend or a stranger, and we're gonna play pickleball for the people. Coach, should I bring somebody on live? Y'all usually don't like that. Um, don't nobody know for sure what's going on with Jamie Foxx too, and that's how I feel like it's just a game that they're playing on us because it don't take nothing for the people to find out what's going on with the people. If we knew Wendy is in rehab, and if we know Brittany is on vacation or whatever with the man, or if we know fucking designer pulled his dick out on a plane, it's no way we can't find out the real details about what's going on with Jamie Foxx. So all of that to say, and all this story and confusion about this man, just to promote things. What's up, Liv? That sort of thing. It seemed far fetched. Only Jamie Foxx know what happened. Jamie Foxx and obviously Corinne, maybe the other daughter too. I don't know. But like I said last time, if it's that big of a mystery where TMZ can't even get the details on it, now we talk about money. We are paying chauffeurs, we're paying maids, we're paying window washers, we're paying landscapers to get the details. We're paying production assistants, we're paying directors, we're paying these people to find out what's going on because that's what's gonna push the news or get the views on their websites and things and stuff like that. Not in trouble with the feds. In trouble with the feds. Um, Diddy, talk about Beyonce and Jay Z and the $200 million that they spent on that house. That's where we're going next. Diddy, he heard Diddy was going to Diddy heard he was going to do a tell all, so he decided to do something, and then too many stories. Too many stories for somebody who had a medical issue and he's on the mend, then he's not on the mend, he's on the mend, then he's not on the mend. All these reports coming out. It's fuckery. And they think we fools. Okay? We not fools over here at the Kelly Collective. So yeah, and that's like if they wanted to get the details, they would pay for the details, and that's how they always keep up with the details because they pay the people for the details. Period. I mean, TMZ has people on their employ on their payroll. I want to say across the world because over in the pond, of course, with the news people over there, they're involved in the things as well too. So that's that. That's all I can say because that's all the fuck we got with Jamie Foxx. But he has at least three things coming out right now, and we haven't seen his face all year. Who knows when those pictures were taken? Whatever was taken on the shoot on the set of that new movie with Cameron Diaz. Who knows? But we haven't seen him. We ain't heard nothing. We don't know nothing until who knows. Shout out to you guys for the likes. Thank you so much. And the shares. Shout out to you guys. And welcome to the new people. Moving on to Jay-Z and Beyonce buying that $200 million house. And apparently they still kept that one house. This house that they lived in now is the house where she takes all the pictures. I think it's the same house where she sang and played that piano. I don't know. Played that piano and sang for Jay-Z. Where he was recording her. They've been in that house a couple years, maybe 2 years, 3 years. We talk about the you-ish people. You know, I just feel like Jamie Foxx has been in the game too long, and like I said, all these things coming out has too much going on to even be risking anything, trying to not be follow the rules or follow or to be combative or insubordinate. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. I thought that's what it just is so confusing. And that's the Jamie Foxx been made his deals with Ben. Jamie Foxx been made his deals. If it wasn't when he did Ray, it was before he did Ray. After he did Ray and got all that recognition and things like that. Dreamgirl, everybody in Dreamgirls has signed their deals from Jennifer Hudson to Jamie Foxx. Every person in Dreamgirls. So we're talking some time now. Like that's what I'm saying. Jamie Foxx been around a long time. He knows the deals. And the thing about Jamie Foxx is Jamie Foxx fires on all cylinders. He's got his hands in a lot of pockets. He's gonna be in the movie. He's gonna write the songs. He's gonna sing the songs. He's gonna get up on stage and he gonna make the people laugh. So of course they have already brought him into the fold, which is why it's so confusing. Which is why I don't understand why nobody has the details when there's so many people that have access to Jay Z because of what he provides. Not Jay Z, Jamie Foxx, because of what he provides. Oh, I'm not judging. I'm just trying to think about what you're saying and try to, bring my point, bring my outlook to your point. But we don't know whether he's in. We don't know where he is, and that's the thing. We have no idea where he is because TMZ can't even get a nurse. You know what I mean? How environmental service worker to snap a picture, like I said, of at least Corinne and that other daughter in the waiting room, in the parking lot, in the cafeteria. We don't have anything like that. And that is too close to the vest, to the chest, in the day and age that we're living in, that we can't get, a visual on what the hell is going on with this man. This Jamie Foxx is top tier black culture. Jamie Foxx is top tier white culture as well too. And that's the thing. Jamie Foxx is in there. Been in there. Paying to keep people quiet. Now that's a lot of money coming out of Jamie Foxx's pockets. When it's not even worth that. What you would pay the money for is to get you a good, no, it ain't nobody's business. No, it's not nobody's business. But what is our business is the way they keep telling us these stories that don't match up and don't make sense. And if we have an understanding of the industry like we do here at the Kelly Collective, then those types of things, what are you trying to steer me to so that I don't pay attention to? What are you distracting me with over here so that I don't see what's happening over here? Why are we all talking about Jamie Foxx now? Why? Because he has 3 things dropping this year. You know what I mean? So that's why it is our business. And as far as rehab and paying people to be quiet, you would get you a good Olivia Pope, a crisis manager, and just gonna work all that. If Jamie Foxx was really sick, we would have had confirmation of that, like visual confirmation. And then if it was an issue, they'd hire a crisis manager to figure all that stuff out. Not a publicist. They'd work hand in hand. But it would be a crisis manager to figure out this thing. Whether it was the coke or the passing out or the this or the that, whatever it was, any of those things, they'd be figuring that out. They did ask us to pray for him. And now they keep putting out conflicting information. That's the thing. So that's the thing. That's now maybe some of y'all are new here to the Kelly Collective. We get to nitpicking and working all that stuff out and making sure that it makes sense because you don't have to try too hard for things to be right, for things to be true, and for things to make sense. But when we start getting these conflicting reports, then it's like, okay, there's something else here. Damage control is one consistent story, and everybody's on board with that. Not them saying this over here, then Corinne coming out and saying this over here. At the same time as putting Corinne in the spotlight, just like I seen Larry Burkhead talking about how he didn't want to participate in the Anna Nicole Smith thing and the daughter and the thing, so now it's thrusting her into the spotlight. But this sort of thing, now granted, Corinne has come out and said things before. She's not, in the background, but the attention is on her to come with the valid uh, facts, to come with the facts, to come with a trustworthy report on what the fuck her father is doing. So now she's here. Now she's Corinne Fox, and you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. On the heels of this show, or this is preceding the show that they're gonna come out and do together, music. And I don't know if Corinne sings. Coming from Jamie Foxx, she got to do something. Acting, she could probably do it all. So this is just kind of, in my opinion, laying the groundwork for her to come up and make her debut. At the same time, to put the money in where the artists do, which is gonna lead, that money is gonna lead me into this Jay-Z and Beyonce thing. Bring in this money that they need for his shows and his movies and the things. No, seriously, and that's the thing. I would hate to have lost Jamie Foxx. I would hate to have lost Jamie Foxx. Now I've been saying we're gonna lose somebody big, and I guess we've lost a lot of people so far this year. And Jamie Foxx just might be the biggest. I did not watch the show that they had on Netflix together. What kind of show was it? Singing? Was it music? I don't know what they did, but it does seem like she just been trying to make her way up and get her name out there and that sort of thing. The money. Jay-Z and Beyonce spending 200. It didn't get a second season. And sometimes things like that, I'm just trying to take my time because y'all on the topic, and that's fine. This is exactly what I want y'all to do. Please continue. Sometimes they'll put a show out just to see how people respond to it, and it may do really. Because Shazam, was that on Netflix? I know exactly what you're talking about. Never watched it though, because first of all, Jamie too big in the awards category to be doing some mediocre television show. But when he trying to put his daughter, say his daughter want to be the new Mario Lopez, amongst other things, it's going to take the okay of my dad or bring his fans in to realize, oh, this Corinne, that sort of thing, this is his daughter. Oh, let me watch it. That sort of thing. So that they do Shazam, which is Shazam. Everybody knows Shazam, the app. And then they do it together. So now they link them two together. And people support it. And now they know, okay, if we do something like this music based, then we can get this same type of following. A soft launch, if you will. You know what I mean? A dry run to see what the support will be if we put Corinne on TV. Eventually, she'll be doing her own things. And that's just how my mind works. Can I talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z and the $200 million? I think I was on last week. Maybe I was on last week Wednesday, and I was saying Beyonce's on tour. That tour is standing to make. She's gonna go through the summer, and she's 2 weeks in, and this is going through the summer. They said it's standing to make $9.1 billion. At the same time, she's in the throes of popping off her tour. This Ramir Satterway illegitimate child Jay-Z story hits the waves. Now everybody's talking about it. Condom broke. He won't take the paternity. They're going to the Supreme Court. Okay. Is Jamie Foxx bringing his daughter out to tell Illuminati something so he can come up? I'm not exactly sure what that means, but if anything, it's time for her to start coming out and making the money. That's if we're gonna talk about Illuminati. That's the game. That's the game. Yeah, Jamie already up. So now it's time to put you. Shout out to you guys for the likes and the shares. Now it's time for her to put in her work so she can, you know what I'm saying? So that is the system. And that's just where we at. That's why we're doing all that we're doing right there. And so that's that. We're moving on. The babies. Now, if you don't know Pretty Tree, watch my videos because I covered this last year around this same time. He's got 3 illegitimate children. Illegitimate in the sense that he doesn't. He's not. He's never came out and said that he was. Those are his kids. He never has claimed those three children. There's an older daughter. There's Ramir, the one that wants to take him to the Supreme Court, and then there's a son who's in Trinidad and Tobago. Never claimed those kids. Nobody's ever pushed it. And then maybe I just keep putting this out there because I don't know, but they said Hakeem from Empire was him and Free Son. I don't know, so don't hold me to that. But those sorts of things. So now this is coming out. Beyonce's on this whirlwind tour, and this is the thing about the money and being in a position and then buying your way out of it. Um, the ability to buy your way out of it, or whether you're sacrificing money and you're sacrificing time, you're in an attempt to not sacrifice yourself. This is what you pay your due. You pay something. And Beyonce's not gonna if people die. I'm just thinking. Rock with me here. This is when we need the real Wendy back. I'm trying my best. Um, and now just rock with me here. If people died for a sacrifice like they do at Travis Scott concerts or those other concerts and things like that, that would tarnish Beyonce's brand. And ultimately, the Beyonce brand is bigger than the Jay-Z brand. So we can't do anything like that. Now, the best possible way, because Jay-Z he's not going on tour. Last thing he did was for a little room of people for the John Michel Basquiat, the person he models his hair after. All of that. And I'm not sure this has anything to do with anything, but it's very convenient that this Ramir Sadaway story comes out. Beyonce's on tour, and now all of a sudden, because if she about to make $9.1 billion, a drop to 200 million is a drop in the day. Well, it's not. It's a pretty big drop in the bucket. It's a splash in the pool, but that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just from this year. They've been got the money. They've been billionaires. So to buy a $200 million house is nothing. They also been searching for the perfect house for years and years, whatever, whatever. But now all of this is coming out, and then you spend this $200 million. And then another thing to understand too about the industry is that buying these properties is paying into something. You don't have these multiple properties because you want these multiple properties. Because how many properties do you really need? Especially to like own, because renting is a thing. But to take out $200 million of your money and then they come out and said that it was recently cash, that's another indicator for me that this is his level of pay up-ins, and you know what I'm saying, that sort of thing. So this is my contribution to whoever I need to contribute to, so that when Ramir takes this thing to the fucking Supreme Court, this is all manipulated in a way and controlled in a way that I don't tarnish myself and I don't tarnish Beyonce. Because at the end of the day, if he goes to the Supreme Court and it is confirmed that Ramir is that boy's son, that will then reflect poorly on Beyonce. And then what the people will do is go through her music, go through her timeline, go through her experience, and see if she knew what she did. Because people was mad when I talked about the wigs, and I said she had a $145,000 wig. Two Swedish girls grew her hair 2 years. Now you've been seeing a lot of that lately, right? Two Swedish girls grew her hair 2 years. $145,000. People like, oh, how Beyonce getting white hair and she all black as black as. People will start to her whole thing will start to be contradicted, and that's not good for the brand. But I also said too, all these people is crumbling because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. The mess. Like even Kim Kardashian getting up there and saying that she cries herself to sleep. I just don't know if that's anything you want to say. Thank you, babe. I'm not sure if that's anything you want to say, regardless, whatever the case may be, because you knew what you was dealing with after you had the one kid. You went and had three more kids with your lifestyle, knowing the man you was having the kids with, and knowing the type of person that you are, and honestly, maybe the type of mother that you want to be. Which, if I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, I understand that. Um, but it's a mess. You know what I mean? But now we're here. $200 million. There's no reason Beyonce and Jay-Z need a $200 million house. It's also no reason Beyonce and Jay-Z need to spend $200 million in cash to buy that house. They got credit and investors and all that. Ivy Park could buy the house. Rock Nation could buy the house. But to come out of pocket is something that's just not. Oh, they got the money. We've been knew they had the money. That's not ever a concern. It never came into question. Getting rid of the paper note. She's like, Kim, please get rid. And so all that weird. Like I said, you can't pay child support if you cash poor. Is what I'm saying. Here's this money coming out. It's got to affect something. But at the end of the day, too, 200 million. When y'all together, you got about 4 billion. But that's the thing, too. Together, y'all got about 4 billion, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming on in, and thank you guys for following. Welcome to the family. Pay the money, do the things. Together, y'all got $4 billion. So $200, like I said, a splash in the pool. But the problem with that is that you married to this woman who's about to make $9.1 billion this year. And if you know, like I know, if you can't pay it, she gonna pay it. And this is where you know what I mean? Like, this is where we're at with this. And it's like real life stuff. Where the Supreme Court is federal, so it's no state limitations on it or anything like that. You guys with glasses, right? That's a little visual excitement I provide. No state limitations, so it's not like, okay, in New York it's like this, and in California it's like this, in Houston and in Texas like this. It's like this. I'm thinking, but if you married, this is together, and in our joint community, the money that we have together would come. The child support would have to come, and granted, and that's the thing too. Paying that child support would be nothing if they just spent $200 million on a house. What the fuck is child support? Probably maybe 10 million at at the rate at which they were making money. Prenuptials in effect, and the thing with their prenuptials is, and I'm sure there were other clauses, but one of the biggest clauses was, I have a kid, I get 5 million. Then every year after that, I get 1 million. I have another kid that's 10 million, and then 1 million after you. And that's kind of the only thing I ever heard about their prenup. And there's an infidelity clause in there as well. So she gets whatever million, whatever, that sort of thing. So I don't know if that got anything to do with if you got these illegitimate children, which is something she should have known going into that, because they just didn't get together. They did a little process of dating and touch and go. And people were like, yes. And some people were like, no. And then when somebody was like, no, I'm sure they was like, he has 3 other, when he met Beyonce, when they started to carry on, he had 3 other children already. And me, myself, and I, what she said? Something about 3 kids in my home. Who's she talking about? So she known the whole time. And then your money changing hands. It's always money changing hands. Well, you can never have too much money. The thing is, you can have too many problems with the money that you make, the money that you have. And if the kids take an ancestry, that's true. I want to say that is what that first daughter did, because she was connecting with people like online and things like that. Ramir really went out there and was getting in contact with lawyers and things like that. So they went about it 2 different ways. And then the Trinidadian was just a girl, she got pregnant, and he was paying the money, and though it is just quiet, so there's really nothing else that, nothing else to do. As long as I get the money, I'm made whole, I'm fine. I'm not gonna stir nothing up. So they all have done different things. As far as those children have all done different things, and now it's Ramir that's really going public with it. It's Ramir, and that's the thing. That is, and that's the thing. The thing about it is that Ramir looks just like him. And if we were to watch an episode of Maury and bring out Jay-Z and bring out that mother with MS, the one that Jay-Z kind of broke, now they have Ramir. They bring that mother out and she says, "Oh, I had sex with this man and this, that, and the third," and they showed on the back screen right here the picture of Ramir, you would instantly know, you would instantly guess that Jay-Z was that boy's father. So when it comes to the face case, it is something like that. The son that looks just like his dad, that raps like his dad. So it kind of checks a lot of boxes when it comes to making public the public aware or trying to stir up a story and make it make sense. A girl with the girl doesn't look as much. So you got to check out the video. I have a picture. I have a video. I think it's in the What's the Read folder. You got to scroll over, or it might be in the Queen Bee. Either one, I have it. Check them all out while you're there. Um, so that's the thing. He's the perfect face case because you look at him. He got the nose. He got the lips. You know what I'm saying? He got the rapid, and he's got the thing, and he's got the whole story. So that's where we're at with that. $200 million have been paid so that he might have some say on how things go, even maybe possibly control the narrative. Because once it goes to the Supreme Court and it's confirmed that he's that boy's father, something's going up in flames. Okay? Something's going up in flames. And then with Beyonce knowing that, I don't know if the people who knows, the people rally, whatever. But for me, rallying to her side and acting like she didn't know anything about that and not being um forefront, forthright about it, like she was about when she wanted to talk about her great grandmother being a slave, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Or when she wants to talk about the infidelity of Jay-Z and not bring that up. Again, we don't know much about Beyonce. First of all, I'm still trying. I've been trying to get in contact with Neil Farina because I just want to get the details and bring y'all some real, actual, factual details about the hair because that hair on this tour is herring, okay? But at the same time, too, like I said, we nitpick and we get to the bottom of the things that are happening and we try to make sense of it because that's where we are. And sometimes we find ourselves talking about Beyonce because we don't know much about B. Never seen her do any type of regular day unless she run to Target or whatever, but it's just like there's no type of relatability. Yes, girl, we go to Target, but I don't know. What's your favorite ice cream? Or where the clubs and just the things that make you connect with the artist, like you connect with Rihanna, like you connect with even Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Connect with people in that way, whether you hustle, whether you're a parent, whether you're this, whether you're that, those sorts of things is really all very controlled. Beyonce's image and the way she even portrays herself. So now we're really getting into of all these years when Oprah told her keep your shit private, and all these years since then you have done that, and now we're here, and your man has 3 other children, and now you have to answer for that. That's where we are, tour or not. Okay, let me run through what y'all saying. Thank you for the share. Vanessa, I miss you too. I'm trying to get back in the thing. Just got in. What's your thoughts on this? Beyonce and Jay-Z, did you catch it, Miss Angel? Mrs. Angel. Now $200 million will get will get somebody missing, I'll tell you that. $200 million will get somebody missing, or his mother got MS. $200 million will unalive that mother and scare him into not testifying at the Supreme Court. That's what $200 million will do. If the Mrs. Angel, if it goes to the Supreme Court, he has to take it. Kim Porter. And this is what back to me saying that things 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 are blowing up. We're really in a transitionary period. We've been in it. You guys have recognized that things are blowing up. This Kim Porter thing, Diddy's done what he's done as far as his relationship with women and the children. Kim passes away because of the flu, maybe the first case of corona. I don't know. Komora Lee Simmons confirms Diddy's story, but again, there are other stories that conflict and negate his story. Kim Porter's relationship with Corey Gamble, that's a factor. There's a lot of things that happen behind Kim Porter or happen that Kim Porter is involved in. And that's why you can't, if somebody's in the limelight, you can't pass them off. You can't say, oh, they just lucked of it. They got a place in there for some way, somehow, some reason. If she was writing a book, I think that's one reason. Because if he's doing it to Jamie Foxx, he would have been did it to Kim Porter. But there had to be a level of control over Kim Porter because Kim knew people, Corey Gamble. Kim knew people to find sanctuary, get the story out. Because if anything, it's the people I've known through even dealing with him, Diddy. But it's the connections that I made modeling and befriending somebody like Kamora Lee Simmons, whose reach and influence is vast. People know more about Kamora than they know about people know more about Kamora than they do about Beyonce. Okay, I love Kamora, but it's very questionable all this is going on now. And so that is where we're at with that. So for Kim to then too also understand who Diddy is, because Kim been around, besides Misa, Kim been around the longest. Yeah, Kim been around the longest. So she knows when he's on, she knows when he's upset. She knows how he releases his upsetness. She knows when this person comes over, what's going to happen, what happens after this person comes. She knows she would have had to pay attention to these things. To She would have had to pay attention to these things and then understand that if she wanted to do something against Diddy, she would have to act swift, okay, and protect it. So it wouldn't even have been, and this is now we're talking about who, again, we never know when things actually happen. They put a picture out, it could be any time. So we never know when that sort of book idea came out. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, too, he kept Kim in a bubble. Kim never went out and dated somebody else like Cassie did. You know what I'm saying? Kim never went out and was able to, oh, this is what I'm doing with, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing like Carisha is doing. Kim was very much so quiet as a church mouse, played whatever role that was, provided him children, twins, when you thought they were good and done. So it was a lot of control over Kim Porter for her to even think that she could write a book that would be a tell-all. So I don't know if there was really some book about Kim Porter. I don't know if there's really some book about Diddy through Kim Porter. Was Kim Porter probably tired of playing the roles that she played? I'm rolling through the comments, so I'm probably going to be switching because I'm on the Kim Porter comments, you guys. I see y'all are commenting. Keep coming. I'm going to get down to you. But was Kim Porter tired of the role that she played? Yes, probably. Was she a bit of a loose cannon at a party after a couple bumps and a glass of champagne? Probably. Those sorts of things, I think, are why we no longer have Kim Porter amongst us today. Not because she was writing a book and not because Diddy whatever, but that's just where we at with that. Because it's not like she didn't know that man. In fact, she probably feared that man. So to think I'm scared of this man and then I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to go write a book, that doesn't really make sense. Especially to the point that, oh, this is what she planned on doing and this is what she planned on doing. And also, too, you got her, if she writing a book, you got Gene Deal, who was Diddy's bodyguard, out sitting at every table, but at the same time, sitting at every table in front of every microphone. At the same time, that's a controlled narrative, I believe. Some things you got to put out. Diddy can't be all good, so here's the bad things. This is what this looks like at this time, and it lays a timeline of things like that. But sometimes you need the real. Shout out to you guys for the likes. Sometimes you need the real stories. And that's something you would have never got, you could have possibly gotten, but you would have never gotten from Kim Porter because she was so under control. Even when she died, she was ill, couldn't the story, couldn't get the doctors that she wanted, couldn't get the care that she needed. Diddy did the things and appointed everybody, wouldn't let the girls talk, be around her, won't let the girls talk about her, put the girls through therapy, the story, put the girls through therapy because they want to discuss her, but they can't discuss her, that sort of thing. That's the situation in the bubble that Kim Porter was in. And the book, I mean, everybody wants to write a book. Everybody wants to write a book. But like I said, you have to mention Gene Deal, who has been talking about his dealings and Diddy's behavior for years. And where is he? Still amongst the people. Controlled narrative is what you need. Because if the truth comes out, Ramir Sideways, I've had an illegitimate child for 24, 25, almost 30 years. I think he's 30, about to be 30, almost 30 years. Because I think he was born, yeah, 30. I think he was born in 91. So that sort of thing. So that's where we at with that. All right, let me see. Disappointed in her and Jay-Z. Mrs. Angel says she disappointed in her. Beyonce and Jay-Z. Look, you can't make no man take care of his kids. That is a fact. That's true. Bathing in herbs. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you, honey? I'm well. Hope you just as well. Yep, they profess so much love, and they just put on this whole image of, I'm not gonna say perfection, because I haven't looked at Beyonce and G at the fuck is G deal. I haven't looked at Beyonce and Jay-Z as the perfect couple, power couple, whatever type of couple. Probably since Bonnie and Clyde, Crazy in Love. So shortly thereafter, it was like, okay, this is a business deal. You know what I mean? Um, it just didn't seem, and then it was, the whole thing of how he looks and how she looks, really, which really doesn't have anything to do with anything. But that coupled with that, coupled with that, coupled with that was like, okay, this is just, and I'm still trying to get that Beyonce hair deal. So whatever. But I got to state my piece. But I was like, this is a matter of convenience. This is a business transaction, and they both benefit from this thing. So that's just what that was. But the fact that they are so elusive and that they don't let the people in, and then they look good, you know what I'm saying, together, whatever the case may be, coordinated, and then they have that Beauty and the Beast type thing going on. It works with people, and people could subscribe to that, and things are like, well, I'm fine because Jay-Z's ugly, you know what I'm saying. That is kind of relatable content to the people. But at the end of the day, it's a mess. Yeah, she only lets you know what she wants you to know. If you know too much of the small details, it's very easy to figure out the big details. And now that's what that's what pretty treat. That's what we do over here. Like I said, we be nitpicking because you got to pick up on the small things. Like when I watched that Anna Nicole Smith documentary. Did y'all watch that? And I'll talk about that. The comments are gonna be building up. I'm working my way down, so keep commenting, right? And stick with me. But the Anna Nicole Smith documentary, lots of things, a couple nuggets, a lot of things I already knew. But the biggest thing for me, which was the smallest thing in that whole thing, was that Anna Nicole Smith went from brunette to blonde when she had her son. She was blonde when she had the baby in the picture. Her hair never was brown again. Ever. No roots, no shadow root, nothing was brown again in that woman's hair from the moment she had that son. Now we talk about somebody who's been pictured just like Kim Kardashian to the nth degree. And then you look at somebody, well, Kim Kardashian's a figure, but she's a shapeshifter. She needs to fit the people that are working with her the most. But Anna Nicole Smith stamped. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. This is who she is. This is what you're getting. And you subscribe to this. The fact that she had never had roots again in any picture. Now they catching her strung out on this. Pictures after this. Coming out of the thing. Swimming in the pool. Now you know when you bleach your hair, you just can't be swimming all willy-nilly unless you know immediately that you're about to get this thing serviced. Okay? That level of attention that went into maintaining her image is one of the biggest details that I took away from that Anna Nicole Smith documentary, that somebody had already established what they were going to do with that woman, and there could be no slip-ups. Maybe we'll get into that as I get down into the thing. She was concealed. Whose man has 3 other children? Bathing in herbs. I'm sure you know by now. Jay-Z do. I feel like he knows his time up. Money can. Well, money can only buy you so much. Money can only buy you so much until your death can bring in that same amount of money. Ooh, the Scorpio full moon is exposing a lot. Deju Simone, Jamie Foxx. We're putting Corinne on the map. Jamie Foxx has 3 things dropping this year. All of it will bring money to the cause, and all of it puts Corinne in the forefront to either pick up where he left off or even just supplement the Fox brand. So that's where we're at. I started the whole thing with Jamie Foxx. That's why the first thing he came to get was her phone. I didn't miss what we was talking about. That's why the first thing. It's definitely Stockholm Syndrome. That's why the first thing he came to get was her phone. Who's that? Beyonce, Jay-Z? IMD Bell, welcome. Anna Nicole Smith, right? Sierra Marguerite, crazy. Yeah, Jules. Thank you for following. It, we talk about Kim Porter. First thing he came to get was her phone. 100%. Because she had already made the call to. She had made a call to 911, very much like Marilyn Monroe, that documentary on Netflix. She called 911. 911 came to get her. She died. 911 took her back to the house. Because dying in the bed is that bombshell, is that traumatic bombshell story. Anna Nicole, Kim Porter, even Michael Jackson. But, they whisked him away. But Marilyn Monroe, these iconic figures, not to say Kim Porter is an iconic figure, but she factored into this sort of thing, that this type of trauma that Diddy thrives on. That's what we're talking about, Kim Porter, right? Hold on, let me get through these comments and see, and then we could double back. But I do hate that she died completely unexpected from the damn flu. Now I have to figure out. My girl Natasha said that she had went out of town, out the country, and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so she was out, and okay, you pick up the West now. I don't know, but don't tell me a millionaire dies from the flu. You're not gonna tell me that, because they're gonna get something. They're gonna bring a respirator, ventilator to my house. Okay, they're gonna put some sponges in my lungs. Okay, they're gonna do the things they need that my money, that my $100,000 is gonna pay to get me right, because I have a list of things that I have to get fucking done, and people are requiring me to pay these things. And if I don't pay it, then it goes, you are the sins of your mother and your father in the industry. You then have to come out and make that money as well, because the debt's got to be paid. Okay, Whitney Houston. Jules, welcome. Bellum Artistry, welcome. Miss Marguerite. This is important and relative to our lives. Why is there a real? This is what? Are you mad? This is important and relative to our lives. Why is there are real issues affecting our lives? Now, user 67855 Tulip. Please drop down in the comments, because I have an opinion on everything. I have an outlook and I have a thought on everything. This is what we're talking about right now. But if you have a real life issue that is affecting the people of today in our real world, please drop down in the comments and address it, and I will address it. Yes, business deal, because I think he's keeping her in check. It is starting to look like Brittany. Bellum Artistry, I welcome you to the page. So I welcome you to the family. And and when I interject on your thought, I'm not being dismissive, but it is probably something that we've discussed before, and kind of ground, the foundation of where I come from, in my opinion. In no way is Jay-Z running Beyonce. In no way. Because Beyonce will still be Beyonce without Jay-Z. If Jay-Z did not have Beyonce, people would have forgotten Jay-Z long ago. Because for him to be in a constant battle with these young rappers that are doing that right now, Jay-Z would not be able to stand up. What he needs is somebody like Beyonce. Now that goes back into Beyonce's um, Destiny's Child. I wish I had some graphics. I don't know what I'm doing. Some graphics. You know what I mean? Destiny's Child. Not by no happenstance is that the name, for just some fluke of just some creativity moment. Now go back to my other video about Beyonce's Creole roots. She was destined for greatness. And the family worked through the avenues and the channels that they did. And now we have Beyonce Giselle Knowles to exact and see out her destiny. What she needed was somebody that had respect in the industry to couple that with, so that then they start this whole power couple thing. She needed that because people love, women love, men, more so the women, love a woman that's married. Oh, she's stable. Same thing we like about our presidents. We like a president that's married. He's stable and that sort of thing. So when she's out here on tour, touring across these 200 countries and things like that, when she's out here at these parties, it's not about her thotting and bopping. She's working because she has a man at home. So much so, the man at home, that they go through normal things that people go through because he cheated with Becky with the good hair. You know what I mean? This is the foundation. In no way is Jay-Z Svengaliing her like Tommy Mottola was doing fucking Mariah Carey. In no way is Jay-Z Svengaliing her like whoever the fuck is doing what they're doing to poor Britney Spears. TMZ put out the damn thing. Like, first of all, and if Britney never had a thought to cross her mind to unalive herself, the pressure of things like that, to not even take the time to to explore the narrative that because she was one of the first starlets, well, not one of the first, but you know what I mean? Oops, I Did It Again was game changing. What Britney did was game changing. To be the person to put that in the forefront, to start that sort of thing, and then be beat down at every step, and not even heard or understood, and things like that. We're the shit's problematic, and we know that. But that's not Beyonce's situation, by no means, honey. Yes, one day it will all come out. Nowhere can I no where the shows I was talking about are on Netflix. The Marilyn Monroe's on Netflix. Not Marilyn. It's like the intimate story of Marilyn Monroe, whatever the case may be. That's really good. And then Anna Nicole Smith, that's on Netflix too. And now Natasha's saying she needs to be more relatable to get her hairline to flourish. That's the only thing Beyonce could sell. Beyonce could probably sell jewels, which she does with Tiffany, but hair, that's it. Because the one thing, even though people, when I did those videos, so many people had so many different opinions, but it's mainly Beyonce's hair. It's definitely the color, it's the length and the quality. And if she's going to support a brand or a product, like when Cindy Crawford does the skincare, or Portia does sheets. I don't know. That sort of thing. It's relatable to that sort of. I identify with this because I like these types of things, and people like my skin because I use this sort of thing. People love my hair, so these are the types of things I can sell to people, especially if she's in the ad. These are the types of me and her in the ad. Okay. These are the types of things I can sell to people because that's what the people want from me, regardless of my relatability or not, which is not really fair because what is she doing? Just putting her face onto something because she's not connecting with the people. But if anything, Beyonce gonna sell. She couldn't sell cosmetics. Beyonce couldn't sell. She too big to be selling bundles or whatever. So that sort of thing to get behind a brand, a product like that. But again, we got Rihanna coming out. She done already trademarked Rihanna Fenty hair and things like that. So now we're again in the struggle. But that's the thing with those two. Not that we're in competition, but that's the thing with those two. And that's the thing about is money out here for everybody. Those is two different avenues that women travel on. And you can subscribe. You could drive down both. You could swerve in between the two. But you know where you're going to go for each one. So there's that. And this is where Beyonce could possibly go. And at the same time, too, when Rihanna does it, as I said, think about it. Maybe with this Fenty hair, don't do as well as the other things. But, but I don't know what B's gonna do. B, what the fuck does she have? Um, what was it called at Reebok? Um, what the fuck was it called? The damn clothes. Ivy Park. I don't know. I don't know if she'll do Sarumi hair care. I don't know what she'll do, but that might be the only place where she could really outshine Rihanna. A hair care, a hair. We don't know whether it's going to be hair care, hair products. I would hope that it would be hair products because in that thing she has a wand curler, and I think if she sold products that way, that would really be a different. That would be different, and then she could really make some money off of that because then I can get my hair to look like it. I don't have to treat it and wait for it to be good. I can treat my wigs the same way Beyonce is treating hers. So there's that. Um, Tunisia, I don't know if you still hear, honey. Thank you for saying the Bob is bobbing. Stiffwear. He was so young when he got her. So he was like shaped her. And she isn't going anywhere. Jules, and that is where Matthew comes in. And that's why in no way is Jay-Z controlling that. Matthew was placed there to help Beyonce see the things that she needed to see and be the person that she needed to be so that when she met somebody like Jay-Z, she wasn't just some young starlet, bobbing and weaving, ebbs and flowing, trying to figure things out. She already knew. It was already predestined. Um, and I'll say this: there's a million ways to skin a cat, and there is 2 million ways to see how a story is portrayed. You know what I'm saying too. So that's what I'll say to that. Like her being naive, the allure of being with Jay Z, as green as she was. As I think about it, and I listen to her Beyonce's music, I had my first heels by the age of 13. Her performing and her having the mother like Tina, it looks sweet, it looks green, it looks naive, but you don't know. You don't know. Like I said earlier, you can't count people out because of what they may be portrayed as through the media. Like Corey, don't you dare count Corey Gamble out. Just because he's some big hit black man with the Kardashians, he don't know nothing. Or because why is he even there? Beyonce, as successful as she was, to branch out and then be to maintain and amplify that success is not because she was so talented. She knew what the fuck to do in the right places because of Matthew, not Jay-Z. But that's just my opinion. Miss Kitty Parker, thank you, honey. Okay, y'all sweet. Come on I told you every time when I let the hair down, all y'all talk about is the hair. I'm trying to talk about some real stuff here. Pretty treat. You said Puff Daddy. Okay, I'm rolling through the comments, so I'm trying to just figure out where we at with the thing. Officially, P, welcome, welcome to the family. How you talk about? People want to join the thing. Let me get to the bottom before I start joining people in. I get to the bottom if I can ever get to the bottom. Have you talked about Beyonce's hair? Don't mean to get off topic. Just wondering. Alhad Spears, did you catch it? Hopefully you're still here. I hope you caught it. Manifested who died from the flu. Kim did. I hope y'all are helping the people in the comments. Yeah, I know y'all can be helpful. I appreciate that. But they have some of the best doctors, right? To be honest, they could be our problems depending on how much money we make. Right. Okay, per. It's a part of the collective. B is a Virgo. Yes, she is. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's like that's a Virgo thing. Like she know. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying too. Shaheen, what you confused about? What? Oh, the Virgos don't let nobody control them. Felicia Durr, welcome. Thank you so much. The one for me. I'm trying to work through the comments. Do you know how many times I have said B will sell some hair, honey? That's the only thing that's the only thing. Apparently she can't really sell the clothes. Cause Beyonce ain't about clothes. Never been. Them custom things that Tina was doing, and that was really it. That was probably, that's all she gave when it came to the clothes. Darion, very seldom people bought Darion, but that was only because of Beyonce. It wasn't like, oh, this is a great pair of jeans, like people say about them good American jeans. And let me tell you, when them Kardashians sold them jeans down at the Sears, that Chloe style of jeans was my favorite pair of them. So there's that. But when it comes to hair, anything related to Beyonce and hair is going to be successful. A rare jewel, thank you for the share. A daily hair routine, 100%, especially because, and notice the thing too about laying the groundwork. Have they not been establishing that Beyonce's hair length, Beyonce's healthy hair, Beyonce's hair length, Beyonce's healthy hair? This is what Tina did. You know what I'm saying? Have been establishing that. Because she didn't just think about this. This has been something in the making. There's lots of product and development, P&R, research and discovery, R&D. That sort of thing has been happening. And now we're here. Conveniently, Ramir Satterway, 9 billion, 200 million. So what more money do you need? But I need money because I don't have to pay back the money that my man is about to make me pay because he don't got as much money as me. But yeah, she should definitely start to get into doing some lives, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm still trying to get into that Beyonce ad. I'm trying to get into the Beyonce ad. Okay, I've been reaching out to Neil. Matter of fact, somebody tag Beyonce in the live right now. Tag Neil Farina in the live right now too. And then Kim Kimball. Kim Kimball. I don't know if y'all keep up with Kim Kimball. I realize a lot of people don't know Kim Kimball or keep up with her, and some do. But that's my good sister, Kim Kimball. Now she has her own line of wigs as well too. So it's just the timing of all of that. People swear she only wears wigs. We need here doing nothing relevant. No, yeah, definitely relatively regular. I agree with that. With like this is what like, and that's the thing in the picture. Where I'm gonna assume she's in that house, and I wanted to mention too that house address is 444. You know how they love fours, not the new house, the house that they're keeping, not the $200 million house. Address is 444. I'm going to assume that is her closet because why would you shoot that in somebody else's closet? Because that would be another level of disconnect between Beyonce and the fans. So I will go out and assume that that's her closet. Even go out and say that's the glam room. So when she has that wine curler, this is what I do. But I don't know what is she gonna say. But she says she reclines the chair and drops her daughter off at school every morning. At the same time, too, I just figured Blue be getting homeschooled because she speak of the Spanish, she speak of Mandarin, she speak of the things. I don't know what the school, whatever. But I'm just thinking. Pamela Phelps, welcome. Janasia, thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much. Lon Stewart, thank you for that. I couldn't catch it. I couldn't think of I couldn't think of Ivy Park to save my life. Beyonce had perfumes and realized that they weren't selling. Because who the fuck knows? People never talk about Beyonce selling perfume, but smelling nice. For years, they talk about how bad her breath stank. For years, they said that about Beyonce. So then she did the perfumes, and she would drop the perfumes with an album, and think people would go and buy those things. But listen, Kim came in and said, "I'm gonna drop some perfumes too," and she was outselling. Not it got parked and repoed. Beyonce's not worrying about Rihanna, child. She's in a constant worry about Rihanna. Because at the end of the day, the business of it is you think Rihanna you think Beyonce with the massive following that she has, you think she like to hear that Jay-Z's protege is the most wealthiest woman in the industry? You think she likes to hear that? And if she do, that's a good friend. And maybe she's not worried about her. But we talking business. So she definitely on her radar. Reese Johnson, thank you so much. Rebranding House of Dare, they whatever they was trying to do. How is Title doing? Let's ask somebody. Because you remember when they was all when Title launched, and they all went to the thing, and it was Nicki and Madonna and so many people all at that thing for Title. And now, child, I don't know. I never never did Title. That Title was founded in 2014 by Aspiro, which was later acquired by Jay-Z's investment company, Rock Nation. Aspiro was founded by Danielle Ek, who is now the CEO of Spotify. In addition, Jay-Z and Rock Nation, the Title website said the list of ongoing artist owners were as follows. So Alicia Keys and all of them own it. So I'd have to think about that. I consciously theorize. Having so many hands in that pot of people to do what? Especially for it not to be pushed like Spotify, Pandora. Let me tell you, because I've been listening to Pandora since I had a phone. Okay, ain't wavered, ain't faltered. Um, but here we are with Spotify with so many heavy hitters sitting around that glass table, and it's not like the standard thing like Spotify. At this point, Spotify should come on your television. Not Spotify. Title should be on your televisions. You know what I mean? Like Pandora be. So I don't know what that is, and I'll probably that's worth the video. Rock with me. That is worth the video. Why did y'all think that it's difficult for Beyonce to sustain sales outside of music? Because she's not relatable, Jewels. She don't connect with the people of no other way outside the music. Now, if she was out here doing things, now, the things we want her to do that will connect easily with us are more current things. But if we talking back in the '90s, if we talking back in the '90s, early 2000s, um, and as I think about it, that they set Beyonce up for that to be disconnected from the beginning. In those interviews with Latasha, Latavia, Latoya, all those girls, Beyonce was always the head honcho. Oh, you can catch a flight or don't sing like that. And then when Michelle fell on 106 in Park and Beyonce and them kept going, that those are the kind of things that separate the people. Now, if Beyonce would have pleaded to the girls, "No, I don't want you to go. Oh my God, I love you guys so much." If when Michelle would have fell, if they would have made a little move and like picked her up in the thing and you know what I mean, that sort of thing, then that would kind of lay the groundwork for relatability and connectivity. But Beyonce has always been removing herself from us. And then when she went on Oprah and Oprah told her, "Keep your shit private," that was the door was closed then. And we were never allowed past a certain point with Beyonce. And for that, she can sell us nothing but music. But the hair care, did y'all tag her in the thing? I'm trying to get on that. Um, BLB Momo. I'm sure you caught it by now. When were you talking about the phone? Oh, what phone? Camille, thank you for following. Welcome. She did the fragrance thing. I'm sure y'all saw that. I talked about that. I know y'all caught up all that now. She could sell sunglasses. You know, Wendy tried to sell sunglasses. I got some Wendy Adorn sunglasses, and she didn't let that go too long either. And then to the point, remember how I say, people come in and then they dominate, or they could dominate, and then they don't think about anything else. And this is the place where Rihanna gets her power and her ability to completely dominate a market, um, and become CEO and things like that of billion-dollar companies. Um, and then everybody too, things I've said before, lots of comments. I have not got down to the bottom. You could tell by the things I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm sure y'all saw these comments already. But everybody has their place. And when it comes to Beyonce, there's nobody that is going to come along and replace Beyonce, period. They could probably whip up another Rihanna. They're trying to do that now with the Dojas and the Kois and the things like that. So she is now dominating other markets. But there will never be another Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter. There will never be another one of that. So to overly expose her to perfumes and the clothes and shoes and the things, to Jessica Simpson her out, will kind of diminish the brand. These are just my opinions. It will kind of diminish the brand. And the fact that she does try to step out into these things, these ventures, does kind of bring in that relatability and that connectivity to the fans that she has lost early on. But still, she doesn't have to go so hard because it's not required. Nobody else is going on tour and selling $9.1 billion, making $9.1 billion in sales, but Beyonce. So I don't have to do too much when I'm already the most. You know, you want your hair to light? Nah, I'm still growing it out. I can't wait till it gets down. Rock, Bretman Rock, his hair would be sickening, and I aspire. Thank you for the share, bathing. She needs a hairline. When did I say that? Wait, no, she's not leaving Jay Z. No, no, no. Kim Kimball pioneer in here. You better say it, okay? Leslie Wright, ain't she right? Right. Um, Chantel Martin, welcome to the family. Yeah, Heat, and I think Heat is probably the best one, and that Heat might be the last. It might be the last one. What's Beyonce's favorite scent? I don't know. I feel like I know that, but I don't know. Did y'all answer that? Apple user 86, welcome. Thank you for the share. And Eb ain't never smelled her perfume. I used to smell it down at the Burlingtons. Everyone should be worried about. Everyone should be worried about Rihanna. Beyonce and an Altoids partnership. Oh, pretty treat. Finally. Welcome. Title is a mess now. Title is amazing. See? I love Title. Thoughts on Kim K crying herself to sleep about over being a mama. And that's what I said too. We're in a process of, things are crumbling, and or even we're being exposed to things that are brand blemishing. Beyonce with this Ramir stuff, Kanye and all the things that he has done, Kim and her constant reference of her struggle as a mother with Kanye's kids, and her being a mother, period, because she had these same type of sentiments when she interviewed with Angie Martinez. To some degree, it's relatable content because people struggle. Um, it's a inside look to a woman who is constantly working, and trying to better herself, go to school and become a lawyer, which is no easy feat. All those things, and then still, because not for nothing, I think they're all amazing parents. That Chris, but it depends on who you're talking to, okay? Because somebody like Tokyo Tony would admire Chris's abilities, and the things that she does. Her mother like Tokyo Tony. No shade, just saying. So her struggling, trying to find the balance of being the mother she probably wants to be and being the Kim Kardashian that we have accepted her as, and then her relationships, like all of those things. And that's the thing, we've given so much grace to Kim, and meanwhile, they have been running Britney Spears through the mud. But all of those things obviously would weigh on you, especially considering the fact that Kim don't have no crazy moments. She don't be out cutting her hair. She don't be out making outlandish things. The bitch be on, okay, every single time. So, in an attempt, something Beyonce would never do, in an attempt to connect with people, for them to probably get to watch the show and stuff like that, so they can see her crying on the fucking new series season of Hulu's Keeping Up the Kardashians. She says these things. That's, I mean, and this is what we have with it. Whether it's for the show or not, because now this is systematic behavior. Um, whether she does it for the show or not, for her to, and that's what I thought about Chris too. The relationship that they have with Chris is made a lot more maternal on the show than it probably really is in real life. Remember, I said that too about the Queen last week, because it looks good. And when they call her a bitch and things like that, like, how close are you with your mother? How close are you with your mother that you get to call her a bitch all willy nilly, or to play about her drinking and things like that? Not that close. So for that to happen, that kind of pleases the people watching, that say, "Oh, Chris is such a crazy thing. She's done these things to her kids, but her kids treat her like this." So their dynamic works. But there is a disconnect between momager or not. There is a disconnect between a working mother and her children, especially when you are constantly working. If you can never have those moments to connect with your children, not at bedtime and not dropping them off in the school, if you're not making events and things like that for the children, then your child is disconnected from you. And if you are constantly working, you are constantly disconnected from your child. That is the situation with Kim Kardashian specifically. Kim is always working, okay? And whether there's periods that I don't know, because it's always working. And if there is some downtime that she finds to be with all four of her kids, she cannot properly divide her time between four kids, and it be fruitful, and it be meaningful, and it be impactful. It's not possible. It's not possible. Coupled with the fact the kids got aunties, uncles. First of all, where the fuck is Rob? I don't care about what he posted. If we ain't seen Rob, it'll be a year. It's been a year, because his thing with Black China was last year, early May. Ain't seen Rob in a year. We'll get there maybe. Probably when I get down to the bottom of the comments, y'all gonna ask about Rob. I have 35 comments to read, okay? Um, so many influences. Kids are going to school. Kids have friends. They're influenced by that. You know how kids are. You know that. So now I have for me to even connect with my child, I have to break down the walls and the barriers, and then make myself you know what I'm saying? When they already see me as, oh, mom's gonna go, mom's phone's gonna ring, things like that. So maybe she do fucking cry. And the thing about that is that she can say something like that, and maybe some people will, like I said, it's relatable content. Maybe people can acquiesce with that. But then at the same time, like I said too, because it's systematic behavior, people are gonna be like, oh, this is just for the show. But not for nothing, she's a fucking human being. So of course she would be weighing down by the things that happen in her real life. Because if the cameras aren't there, and it's a Tuesday, I don't know, I don't even know what the fuck off day would be. Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday, I don't know, holiday. And they're on holiday, it's just her and the fucking kids. And whether they are planning to figure out what the fuck North is gonna do or how Sam is gonna come up and shake up the fucking world, she still has to be there for her children. You know what I mean? Oh Lord, I don't got down to the bottom. I don't even know what the man said in the Taj. What did he say, Dub? Cause I ain't because I'm hold on, hold on. So that's what that let me move on. But did y'all get that? I'm not gonna lie. When I first scrolled and saw you left he doing he doing magic. Not Bussy Smollett. My God, today. I liked it when it first launched. I don't like the apps interface anymore. Spotify has better UI. Okay. I used to like Spotify, I really did. Had the playlist and everything set up, but it's just something about Pandora, and I don't know. But you know, we like what we like. Sounds like it's not doing well. Trying to revamp. B makes money off Re. She makes money because Jay-Z makes money. So, well, then maybe in that regard, and that's what I'm saying. In that regard, she don't have to care about Jay-Z. She don't have to care about Rihanna. But even still, but that's the thing. Okay, so even knowing your place, like I said, Beyonce is this and Rihanna is that. Rihanna will never be Beyonce, and Beyonce don't have to do the things to be like Rihanna. But even still, I would think she would. I don't know. So there's that. Because this comment made me think she makes that make because she does. She doesn't, but she does. So there's that. She could do a liquor or champagne. Beyonce probably 100%, but they'd have Armand de Brognac, and she make what I'm saying. Collectively, they make money off of that. So and to do a whole liquor line again would be bad for the brand because I remember years and years and years and years ago for that Budweiser commercial, they wanted Jay-Z to be a part of it, and Jay-Z said he wouldn't do liquor. He wouldn't advertise with liquor because that was bad for his brand. And he probably didn't do that because he knew he was going to be coming out with a Armand de Brognac. So that sort of thing. So they're probably not going to push too many liquors. Well, they're going to function in the blood diamonds and things like that. That secret stuff that people can't, that don't look up, that I do. Video. And that is Beyonce's brand, period. She said, Eb said, I like Beyonce. Not being relatable. She's kind of ethereal to me. 100% that's Beyonce's brand. Ethereal and elusive. More so than fucking Mariah Carey. But that's the only thing, because Mariah is the very elusive. And the biggest difference is that Mariah is just not as big as a star as Beyonce is. So her elusivity, also too though, she does these, not like a concert, but you hear, she is exploited in certain ways that Beyonce is not. And to that point, she doesn't maintain her elusive chantooseness as much as Beyonce does. But that is Beyonce's brand too, without a doubt. It's her elusivity, and she floats in and she floats out. And think 100%. Bella Bell Welder, thank you, baby. Sierra Marguerite, I don't know what my point was, but I felt like I might have had one in there. Jay Leslie, thank you for welcome to the family. Thank you for the follow. Music only. H. Renee said, thank you so much, Divine Words. That's why I keep it wrapped up. The comments are nice, but we talking about that. People like the hair. Yo, the hair, the hair, the hair. Thank you guys so much. It's so sweet. No, the hair not a filter. No, these glasses is. Yep, interesting how she managed to have that influence outside of music as well. We talking about Rihanna because Rihanna relatable. The thing with Rihanna's out in the street. She out at the function. She's out with the people. She's changing up her hair. She always has black hair. That those types of things keep her connected with her core fan base, and then those types of things keep her connected with the black fan base. And because she's consistent in those things, it makes people that are not a part of the same culture want to be just like that. They want the bobs, they want the black hair, they want the shaved sides, they want the edgy look, they want that thing because that's what Rihanna does. And she's gonna do it with you. She's gonna do it right next to you. And then with this a Beyonce breast tank for years, every person you talk to, talk about how good Rihanna smell. Okay, so things like that. Y'all are so sweet. A little Jessica, a little Jessica Simpson. Whites are not threatened by Brie because she is not American. They're threatened by B. AB 38020 said whites are not threatened by Rihanna because she's not American. They threatened by B. If I could unpack that, um, if I could unpack that, not threatened by Rihanna because she's Barbadian. Her, most women in the industry, especially black women, most women in the industry, period, are not American. Barbadian. Beyonce is Creole by way of Canada. She started the whole thing. I did a video on it. Celine Dion is Canadian. Nicki Minaj is Trinidadian. Cardi B is Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the American thing has any influence there, because at the end of the day, everything that they do is appropriated by the American people, who are American people, born in Wichita, Kansas, born in fucking Sandusky, Ohio. You know what I mean? Shout out to those places. Um, Creating the star and the story of the star are the things that the people connect with. The way the star ascends are the things that people appreciate, and the way the star uh, attempts to connect with their fans are the things that they can identify with, and that creates the star. That's why you have, in a short span of time, people riding hard for Cardi B as just as hard, maybe if not harder, than the people that ride for Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj been on longer. And that is the situation with Rihanna and Beyonce. Like I said, you start with Beyonce's story as being with these girls, ultimately kicking girls out of a group to create a group that's created around her. Meanwhile, you get Rihanna, who was found in Barbados, and they went up into the room, and she couldn't leave until she signed the deal, and then she hit upon the replay, and this red hair, and the things, and the things, and the things, and the things. People are like, oh my God, this bitch is everything. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Instantly, she's got millions of people following her just because they identify, appreciate, and understand the story. Beyonce is a mean girl. And I don't know if anybody's threatened by that, because like I said, they control they control the culture, so people appropriate them whether they want to. Well, no more, and that's the thing, more so Rihanna than Beyonce. Not because not because they're threatened by her, just because that's the thing about, again, her elusivity, her etherealness. Is like, what I do can't be matched. What I do sell out arenas for $9.1 billion or a tour. It can't be matched, and that's that with that, in my opinion. I said that I did say that I don't have to do too much when I'm already the most. Put it on a shirt. LK said it. We don't know a thing about Beyonce. No, not really. Other than the fact that she sell out a tour and she get in that studio and get to chirping, which is something, and that's all you need. Some people, that's all they need. Shout out to you guys for the shares. Miss Benet, Fuchsia Jones, thank you. No thing. Marsha Webb, thank you for the share. Nene B, welcome to the family. She isn't struggling like a regular 9 to 5 single mother does. Well, that's no, she's not single 9 to 5. And if somebody said, "Oh, it's not like she don't have a nanny, she don't have a chef, she don't." But that's the thing about being a connected mother. If she was dismissive and didn't care, she would be fine because her career is right where she wanted to be. And that's one thing what she's done. Her even saying that's the relatable content because I understand my shortcomings. I understand the disconnect. I understand my struggle with wanting to be a good mother, present mother, and continuing my career. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever, however you want to frame it, whatever you want to do, this is Kim Kardashian's career. And like I said, she works every day. We see her every day. She's on every day. So that's a lot of work that goes into that. No, it's not 9 to 5, but a mother who works overnight, her story is different than a mother who works during the day. A mother who is working in things is different than a mother who stay at home. Everybody has different stories. So you can't compare the apples to fucking avocados. You can't do that because no. Like I said, I'm not shutting anybody down. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from in this situation. Loading, please wait. So I don't want you to feel offended by what I'm saying. But we can't do that we can't do apples and avocados. What we have to do is take for what she's saying. Not, like I said, if she had the if all she, before she got the money to do that, to have the nannies and the drivers and the cooks and the maids that do the clothes and things, she wouldn't have a care. She wouldn't have a concern because the kids is, and that's the thing about parenting. The kids have everything they need, but do they have the relationship and the connection with their parent? That's the thing. Kim isn't in school. Oh, so now we in the Kim thing. Kim isn't in school. I'm sorry, because I told you I'm going through the comments, so I'm a bit behind. But keep doing what y'all doing. We're going to get through this. It is not we're going to get through it because we always do, but this is what it's about over at the Kelly Collective. Kim isn't in school, and she has. Kim is in school. Well, not anymore. Did she graduate? Not graduate. I don't know if she passed the bar or not. Um, but that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? That is what was going on at that time, just months ago. So, and then at the very least, the damage of anything is already done. Like her crying herself to sleep is not something that just started in 2023. I would assume. So this is her coming out and probably now because she's not in the throes of legalese, the study of the legalese, that she probably is more comfortable saying this thing, or whatever. But and three nannies, three drivers, three cooks. The kids don't want for nothing. But what they want, and probably what she wants, is a better work-life balance, which is relatable content, and probably a better connection with her children. Because North is a Gemini's daughter. And I think North is a Gemini. So she gonna challenge her mother. Especially if there's no like reprimand, no thing like that. She gonna challenge the fuck out of Kim. And then Kim has to then do the things that she needs to do so that North is reliable and trustworthy to be outside at the Met Gala and not make a fool of the family. Go to basketball games now like Blue Ivy is doing and not make a fool of the family because she is resistant to things. So then Kim probably battles with that too. Which they'll never ever talk about those things. But for her to say, I cry myself to sleep at night from, being a mother of the children of Kanye, not because of Kanye West, but the children of Kanye West, coupled with all of what I have, what I bring to the table too, I'm sure she does cry. I'm sure she does cry. Kim be flirting with everybody, as she should. Everybody's single. Bob is Bob and Hillary Clinton. Thank you, baby. Um, you can already tell the disconnect with the North and Saint. Yeah. Rob died 2022 around Christmas. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. Ain't seen Rob in a year. Talk about and ain't seen Rob in a year. Dream be with Chloe more than True do. Rob commenting on pictures. And let me tell you this. If Rob don't want to be seen by the cameras, he definitely won't. He don't want to be recognized in no damn things. I commented. because that's all only going to drive the people to want to see him more. Again, the same thing with Jamie Foxx. It's a controlled situation because there's no way in the world can't nobody get no picture of Rob Kardashian, 300 pounds, sitting on a couch in his house, from the staff, or even why Chris wouldn't want to put that out there just to get the Arthur George stock selling somewhere. It's a controlled situation. Well, you said that now, Rolanda, you saying the same thing I just said. Now, duh, Butch said something. Now I'm back. Now back where I was. The rap is rapping. Immoral B Chanel. Thank you, baby. He was gonna tell his kids jerk. Go on and tell him. This what cat hair did look like. Cat wish maybe. I don't know. That's funny. Bob is bobbing. Thank you. She is not, and she has all the help. I'm like, well, switch with me. No, you don't want to switch with Rolanda. Did you? I know you. Hold on. Let me not speak to it because I already said it in the comments. I'm still reading. I got 20 comments to read. They should start a black social media platform. Black Twitter. That's what they call it. It works for Mimi, in my opinion. It does work for Mimi. Kim Possible, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the family. Loving this commentary on this good day. Thank you, user 2246222. And Riri will do a tutorial on YouTube when she has a new product. Riri gonna do a tutorial. She gonna be in the ads. She gonna talk to the people. She talks to the people like the people want to be talked to. You know what I'm saying? There's no type of barrier. She just do the things, and that's that island flair and stuff like that. That's the thing. Beyonce, hoity-toity. Love her. Get me in the ad, girl. But hoity-toity. And I'm okay, I'm hoity-toity too. But that's the thing. That's the difference. No, that I just had to throw that out there, Maxine. I just had to throw that out there. Rock with Me said, I feel like Beyonce has a bigger white fan base than Rihanna. I think I'll say this to that, and not that I don't agree, not that I don't know. What I will say to that is that Beyonce music touches everybody, okay? And just the way that she has been handled as far as like career-wise, not her specifically, but career-wise. Like I said, with Rihanna, the people going to do and look like Rihanna. They're going to mimic what the fuck Rihanna doing. They're going to listen to Beyonce, but they're going to mimic Rihanna, in my opinion. Beijing, yes. Naima, or New Year's Eve, Emma, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Came in for you page. Thank you, Habisha. Thank you, darling. You beautiful too. Welcome, and I thank you for the shares. Camille, welcome. LaShandra Chagas, welcome. Oh, hello in Dubai. Yasmin Lopez, thank you so much. Hi in Dubai. No, she didn't pass the bar. She passed the bar, the baby bar. California is one of those states where you don't have to. No, you don't have to go to law school. Yeah, you just do it like work under a lawyer, which is nice. And at the end of the day, it's not. It's about passing the bar. And there's no way if fans or buts about it. You can't even pay to pass the bar. So whether she's studied at Harvard for 10 years or whether she's under the tutelage of probably some outstanding lawyers in California, whether she studied at Harvard for 10 years or whether she's under the tutelage of outstanding lawyers in California for 2 years, she still got to pass that bar, period. Not Queen Petty, not He's Just a Fat. Rob is gone. Rob is not here. And I just don't know. I just don't know how they're gonna do that. Because now this is purely speculation, purely speculatory. Rob been dead. They got him on ice. We ain't seen Rob since 2020, November 2021. That's when that birthday picture with Chris birthday. Kim got black hair. MJ's there. She got the scarf on. Rob looked like he's doing art. He's not as big. You know, he look just look. Everybody looks really nice in those pictures. That's 2021. That's the same year Travis Scott. Then people died at the Travis Scott at the Astro World concert. We ain't seen Rob since then. Um, if Rob passed in December 2022, we 5 months into 2023, and then Thanksgiving of 2022. Backtrack a little. Thanksgiving 2022, Chris did that creepy ass pictures of everybody on like a curtain wall, and those um the food containers. You know, did you put the food with the burners underneath them? Those look like caskets. It's all a very creepy setting for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is creepy, period. But it was a very creepy setting. Um, so maybe Rob was dead, passed before then. But the whole speculation of, recorded voice and all that stuff and the overdose, all that stuff came out in December, pre-Christmas, before Barbara died, and just before Kim went back black, and that's where that is. So now the picture came out with Chloe and the baby, and he comments on that, but we just have not seen him. Black China is on this whole thing of rebranding, reconstituting, and re-worshiping, reselling herself. And there's that. So I don't know. I don't know how they come out and bring Rob. Like, what's the story? Rob was in a plane crash. Rob was in a something, so that they don't have to provide any body. You know what I think? Because we never saw Aaliyah's body, but we know. I guess we know Aaliyah was dead. Um, with the white casket in the horse-drawn carriage. But I just don't know what they'll do with that. Well, I just don't know how they'll do that. But we'll soon see. Rihanna is not going to show up at the promotional event. Yeah, she is. Right, right, right. Rihanna go to all them damn Fenty event. In the pregnancy, she was down at the damn Sephora with the girl Michaela, whatever. Not Michaela Sean, Michaela the other girl. Hello in Oregon. Come on now. Yeah, Alicia, Denning. I don't know Rob with the people. I don't think Rob is with the people right now. I don't think I would do. I'm gonna do it anyway, 'cause, even though I'm not caught up. I got 6 messages to go. Give me. I'm gonna just do real simple. Give me a thumbs up if you think Rob is just hiding at home and don't want to be bothered, and put me a thumbs down if you think he's dead to the bed. Let me see what y'all think. Um, Not disposed of him. He ain't been the same since AJ broke up. I don't think Rob been right since Rob died, Big Rob, and I think I think that's where we're at with that. Trauma was done then, and then the family took off, and Rob tried to ride that wave of success, but realized that didn't fit that he didn't fit into that trajectory of their success, and has been battling, dating really pretty girls, dating successful, this, that, and the third, and all that stuff, even let him have a damn kid. But Rob ain't been right since his father died, probably. Dolly Shelton, 699. Hey, girl, hey. Welcome. It's definitely something fishy around Rob. Yeah, for sure. Not when black. Rob is coming back. No, oh, Jesus Christ, rock with me. So when Black China got hers transferred out, Rob got his transferred in. Well, I mean, he just shifted a couple of little of things around, and that's the thing being big like and whatever. Oh my god, I would be done if Rob came back as Roberta. Done. Okay, done. Okay, met him. There's an interview for it. The people are outside. It's nice out. I'm in here talking to the people. Um, Bellum Artistry. There's an interview. Who did an interview 4 days ago? KB. The circumstances around Aaliyah's death still don't set right with me. Let me tell you this, because I'm going through the comments. So please keep doing what y'all doing as I'm doing what I'm doing. We're gonna do it together. You know, I'm past the point of Aaliyah being a sacrifice for Beyonce. Because if anything, Aaliyah was a sacrifice for Rihanna. If we're gonna switch one out for the other. It's Rihanna. Because Aaliyah could have gone on and done every single thing Rihanna has done. She could not sell out arenas by herself like Beyonce is doing. She couldn't do it. She didn't have the voice for that. Janet don't even do that. And Janet and Aaliyah would do the same type of things. Hush tones and shuck and jive. Um Aaliyah, coming from the industry bred, Gladys was her grandmother, her mother, her godmother. She'd been around the people. That thing with R. Kelly and the fact that age ain't nothing but a number, and she was willing and ready and comfortable with doing the things, and even when she was with Dame Dash, would have blown the lid off of things too early. We would be talking about surviving R. Kelly. My brother is 20, 22 years ago, you know? And it's just everything has a time and everything has a place. Aaliyah was silenced for the cause. And what they do, replaced her with Beyonce. Not as a sacrifice for Beyonce, but Beyonce was the replacement. And that we need a light skinned singer, period. And just so, not just so happens or whatever, here is what we have here in this Beyonce thing. And boom, boom, bing, bang, bang. Okay. Planes fly. Them Kardashians got their own planes. Them basketball players, Drake got planes. It's no way the plane's too heavy and the things like this. And Fatima's ass don't get on that damn plane too. Fatima the choreographer. Don't get on that plane too, because Fatima died. People had things lined up for Fatima. She got the choreograph, the BET Awards. You can't get rid of Fatima because nobody else gonna do it like Fatima did. That sort of thing. Those sorts of details. Um, and that's just kind of where I'm at with the thing. No, it didn't set right. Oh, she was so pushy, so persistent to because if I just need to fly in real quick, I don't know why I need hundreds of pounds of equipment with me. If I'm just Dame calling me in, so I need to fly in real quick and then I fly back out. Like I don't need all those bags. I'm Aaliyah. I have shit there. I don't have things in fucking Bahamas. You know what I mean? So those types of details, and as the years have gone on and stuff like that, and you look at other situations, and when you really pay close attention to that R. Kelly thing, I feel like that's in my opinion, that's really where that how she ended up. She would have blown the lid off of that, and it would have been just too soon for people to be all surviving R. Kelly, surviving Dame Dash, surviving Jay-Z, which is a situation with um, Jay-Z, the daughter, the first girl, and Ramirez's mother. They were younger. And you know what I mean by younger. Rock has been the same since Adrian breakup, right? Right. Uh-oh. Rock, what you think he's still alive? Natasha said no. Lashandra said yes. Jules, Alicia said no. Bellum, yes. Well, y'all think Rob is still with the people. And that's good. Rob, good vibes sent. Rob, the vibe. Then Arthur George failed. Yes, it did. Lashana Bass. I mean, you just got to get me, not you. Yes. Naima that said no. Keep us up. I like to keep the people news about. Yeah, here it is. You locked in with London Kelly. down at the collective. Um, the interview was on Revolt. I watched it on YouTube. I don't know if they had it. Who? Bella? Bellum who, girl? Better she wasn't here for that Jay-Z. And now R. Kelly blow up. And that's the thing about it. A lot of them people were alluding to her even spokily as by name. You know what I'm saying? So that is when I not then, but that kind of confirmed it that she was involved a lot deeper. Well, obviously she was involved. She married the man. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot more going on there. Not so much, in my opinion, is it wasn't so much that Aaliyah was an innocent girl being taken advantage of. She knew what she was getting from dating that man and knew how to work it because she had already been conditioned from being industry raised. But that's just me. Um, Beyonce just happened to be available. What? And that's and then because I do believe in these two things that she wasn't sacrificed for Beyonce, and at the same time, Beyonce's position was predestined. Mm, I should ask y'all, but I'm gonna look it up. AALIYAH. Aaliyah died at 22 in 2001. Oh yeah, so she was older than Beyonce. Um, Aaliyah birthday is 79. Well, allegedly they would be the same age, but obviously Aaliyah was out. Aaliyah had already. She was born in Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Um, Aaliyah was already out, already established artist. Beyonce was coming up, the Destiny's Child feathering in, right? I mean, in 2001, Destiny's Child doing a little work how I work on a something with y'all. Yeah, in 1990, that's when they said Destiny's Child was active, but they said a release date February 1998. Writings on the Wall came out in 1999. Bills came out in 1999, obviously. So by that time, they were coming up. No, they were not as big as Aaliyah was. And people think, no, what is that? That ended up coming out later. That Rock the Boat video is where she died. And then the Dust Yourself Off and Try Again, where she's dancing inside that motorcycle, that came out after. And they just talk about how Aaliyah was um breaking, like Britney Spears, coming in and shifting how videos are being shot and new ideas. It was just a different perspective and it was just a different time. And that's what Aaliyah was spearheading that thing in her art. And then she died. Because even what you call it is a beautiful fucking video. Rock the Boat, in that water, even the girls dancing on the water. It's just a beautiful fucking video. Um, I'm saying these two things. I believe that she wasn't specifically sacrificed for the success of Beyonce, but at the same time, like I said, Beyonce was destined. Whether Beyonce would have been destined, because Destiny's Child could still be without a shadow of a doubt, and I think that's that. Beyonce was going to dominate. It was going to be the girl group, a cute little girl group, whatever. Things happen with Aaliyah, and now we can fast track her relevance, Beyonce's relevance, because of the passing of Aaliyah. And now she'll go single when, like, Destiny's Child could still be out today. Like, there's there would have been no slowing downs of any type of Destiny's Child, nothing. Because that's just the hold that they had on us. Especially with all this new stuff now, it just would have been a lot. They just would have done the things, and then they'll remind us every now and then, like when they did the BET Awards when they lap danced the guys, and then at the damn Super Bowl, or even when Beyonce did Beychella. You know what I'm saying? They'll remind us every now and then we still those girls, which they are more so than any other female group. Maybe not the Spice Girls, because the Spice Girls did give us, but whatever. But you know what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. I agree with. I feel those two things are. I believe in those two things simultaneously, and it was also the relationship with these older men, because Jay-Z and Aaliyah too. So that all of that, all of that, and then that's where we are with that, right? Let me see what y'all saying. A. Marie. The goddamn A. Marie. There's no reason why we shouldn't have more A. Marie. There's no reason why she shouldn't be dropping summer bangers. And that's the thing too, is like, it's really a controlled situation, because, some people, you might not do good in the winter because that's Mariah's season, but some people could just drop a summer banger. Nicki Minaj and Little Kim could drop a summer banger every year. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B could drop a summer banger every year. They could just do the things, because that's just going to give the people a little light, a little this, a little that. Fatima's in charge of the Renaissance choreo. Is that right? And now what we're doing is we're going to do the complete replacement, because then we got, she was, well, dab with Jay-Z and Dame Dash, but she was with Dame Dash. I think that's what they started. Their feud was over Aaliyah, Dame, and Jay-Z. So then there's that. Then you bring in Fatima, and then you bring in, not so many of the videos, well, some of the videos and the imagery and stuff like that, that mirror between Beyonce and Aaliyah. But it was like we didn't have to, there were people already in place to help her get to where she was going. The Fatimas, the Jay-Z's, things like that. And again, like I said, I'm still a believer that Jay-Z is not controlling her. But it looked good that these girls, these young pretty girls, was already in relationships, so that they're not out here with the thought things. You know what I'm saying? That thought label. They have these men. Regardless of what the fuck their past is, or who the fuck they even are. Diddy, R. Kelly, Dame Dash, Jay-Z. Regardless of what the fuck their past is, there's still these stable things. These men that provide this image of stability for these pretty girls. Coco Mocha, we discussed it. How long I've been on? Just under 2 hours. We discussed it. It's the timing of everything. $200 million, $9.1 billion being made. $200 million to buy a house in cash. $9.1 billion being made in a tour this year. She's on the tour. At the same time, Jay-Z is got this thing with the Supreme Court and his son. Just coming back from Paris with the damn Jean-Michel Basquiat. It's just the timing of all of this stuff. There's no such thing as convenience, and all of this is really falling into place in a way that makes you go, that makes you question, like, why now? Because Ramir 30 years old. Why now? They've been looking for a house. Ben had the money to pay cash. Because not for nothing, I would just think these celebrities out here with other side businesses, maybe they got a damn, Roscoe's somewhere. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Passive income. So for them to have $200 million in cash, maybe in a week's time, pull it together. But it wouldn't be unprecedented for them to have that money, because they've been in the game. They have made money. Beyonce's made hundreds of $1 millions in a year. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z has made hundreds of $1 millions in a year. So the timing of all of that is very sketchy, and we're here at the collective to nitpick and figure out what makes sense. He will definitely be seen as R. Kelly, and Beyonce will have to answer for that. See, that's the thing about going live. Kokomoka, welcome. But people jump in and be like, "Well, what do you think about it?" But like, girl, we just spent 45 minutes on that. But I welcome it. I welcome it. I welcome it. Bellum said, "Okay, so I was relating to Black China's talk. Oh, Black China's interview. Yeah, she sat with Jason Lee. No, she sat on with Carisha, and you saying she sat with somebody else too. Talk about the relationship of her about 4 days ago, and I might watch that. I should watch that, but again, that's a controlled narrative. She's only going to say things. She's not going to be. She's, in my opinion, she wouldn't. She wouldn't speak genuinely about her experience. And even what she said about the Kardashians is not even bashing when she said they're not baby mothers because they're light. That's cultural. I mean, that's not nothing. That's not nothing crazy. That's just what that is. Because they are baby mothers, and that's on black people to be like, them bitches is baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to do because the color of your skin grants you a title. No, because it's white people on damn social security and not social security, but like you know, you know, getting federal checks, that sort of thing. So that culture, the color has really nothing to do with that. Really makes it no more significant than the actual act of being a baby mother or the actual act of receiving public assistance. You know what I mean? So that sort of thing make it. Oh, she's no. I don't know if she don't. I'd have to watch it to see what she said to really get into that. And one day the Lord will put it on my heart to watch it. I don't know if she was Jane Doe number one, but she was the most relevant Jane Doe. Probably the one that all the girls had to figure out how to be because she was the one making the money. She was the one who was doing the things. He didn't have to sell her no dream. She was creating the dream. But she was going to, because she was creating a dream, because she was successful in it, because she was happy doing that, she would have blown the lid off. She just would have blown the lid off of things. She just would have blown the lid off of things. And it wasn't time. Because, like we know, same thing with our president, Donald Trump. And even Hugh Hefner and stuff like that. People knew who the fuck these people were before they got into these positions. People knew R. Kelly liked young girls. People knew Donald Trump was grabbing people by the pussy. People knew Hugh Hefner was selling these girls to the. You know what I'm saying? People knew these things. And now it gets on Netflix or whatever. It becomes a Netflix special and then it becomes this big old thing. But it was like people in the industry already knew these things. It shows Taco Tuesday. No, Aaliyah was about to go through. She really was. And that's why I'm bringing up the videos. Aaliyah was about to do the damn thing, okay? And it was going to be a deep dive into her stuff. And she'd have been like, well, no, 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 whatever. I don't care. More than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman. Autumn Forever, thank you. Welcome. Aaliyah would have crushed the BS. No. And that's the difference, and that's one of the big differences too between Rihanna and Beyonce, and which is why they don't really let girls sing unless they come from Beyonce, i.e., Halle and Chloe. Don't know girls out here sing like Beyonce. Sierra don't, Rihanna don't. Like girls who are relevant. You know, that sort of thing. Beyonce is a complete package. She is generated and she is a complete package. She is going to sing the house down and she is going to dance the house down. She is going to dip her toe in some acting and she is going to dip her toe into some producing and then she's going to create the talent. That was Beyonce. Rihanna only gonna sing but so much. She only gonna dance but so much. And that's the thing too. Again, That's that another reason why they allow her to, or why she is so good with connecting with the people. If that's what they want from her, it's what she'll do. I have served. I will be of service. Um, but she don't have the other. She can't. She's not singing like that, and she not dancing like that. Sierra's dancing like that, but she not singing like that. And so much so that there might have even been a closer battle between that, but they put her in an argument. They put her in a fight with Rihanna and Beyonce. So now she's got these people turned against her, like Carrie Hilson, and they just whisk her away and get married to a man. Like I told y'all, Sierra wants to be out there selling out $9.1 billion tours. She don't want to be sitting up in no house figuring out what to do on that baby's hair. She looks so confused, trying to figure out her own baby's hair. She should have it down pat by now, because Kylie gonna swoop them. Kylie gonna swoop them edges and put that thing up real quick. So the people are what they where the people are where they want them to be. Now TLC, it's just too much stuff surrounding. It's just too much stuff surrounding TLC, and that is what they knew they didn't want to do with fucking Destiny's Child, and that's why they keep Michelle on her meds, and they keep Kelly in the good graces of the community. They because TLC was a mess, and they still now people. I mean, people don't go see TLC, but the T-Boz look like how she look, and then Chili out here, she just don't look like she even belong in the group. She looks great, but she don't look like she belong in the group. You know what I'm saying? So it's just TLC is a mess. And for the culture and for the ones we was there to realize and experience it in real time, that is our gift for being alive. But this TLC is not, it ain't nothing like what it was. Nothing. That's what I said, Brie. I said Rihanna was more. That was her thing. That her and Aaliyah would have been match and Aaliyah would have followed. She would have done the things. She would have connected with the people. She would have sold the products. She would have been CEO of some things. All three strong, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like the Destiny's Child, they need to drop an album every 5 years. Why not? Why not? Every 5 years, hit us with something that's gonna hold us for 5 years. Because apparently that's what Beyonce do. Why not? They all still singing. They all still look good. The industry did A. Marie dirty for sure. And that's the thing. Now we got somebody who can sing. She ain't gonna dance, but she got a good look and people like the songs. But there's just no space. They're really like same thing, like Leona Lewis or even like JoJo and things like that. There's just this there's opportunity for talent, but they don't allow the space for it to flourish. Definitely robbed of her music career. Like Tierra Marie. And some may even say K Michelle, because I love me some K Michelle. And I'm not gonna compare apples to apricots. I don't see her, she's not dancing and things like that. And that's the thing. That's why Beyonce is the superstar, because she dances and the things and the business. But and I guess it's like maybe K Michelle is just as famous as she need to be, because she's still around, changing up whatever. But sometimes you just want more from the people that you really, really, and you know what I'm saying, put on that album, play it straight through. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, did you keep saying that? He will be seen as like, we got you, we heard you, we see you. Kimmy, Kimmy Sue, hey, welcome. Jay know all them kids is his, okay? And the thing of it is that you get them genes, the mother's genes from it. He looks like his mother. All the siblings look alike. When you got them genes like that go across all the siblings, you know you're gonna pump out all Jay Z's. All of Jay Z's kids with Beyonce look like him. So he just not having no kids all willy nilly, and they not gonna look like him. Yeah. Oh, Miss Princess. Kim, see, this is what I like because I be thinking about it. I know what I want to say, and then I get on here and I just get to it. And I be like, well, I wanted to bring the Kim Zolciak and Croy Bierman. Let me tell you about Kim and Croy. They had perfect match. Kim and Croy, perfect match. Peanut butter and jelly. Um, a pack of fucking trail mix, salty and the sweet. They are yin and yang, and you watch because that damn Don't Be Tardy. They don't do too much of nothing. I love Don't Be Tardy. And you see the dynamic between them and the way they do the things and the kids and Corey's a great dad, Kim's a great mom for whatever it is, which is she's present and she do the things with her kids and however she raised her kids is how she raised her kids, but she there. This whole thing, in my opinion, and if it happens, I just know I'm right. Or I just know I know what the fuck I'm talking about. They just trying to line it up for a whole nother show. It's just no other reason that all of this is even coming out if they're not going to show it how any of all of this plays out. Kim and Croy, y'all breaking up now should have been broken up. That was something to get targeted for the party to go from season 6 to season 12 if you'd have broke up then and put all that shit on the damn show. But that happened, y'all realize y'all success, and that's the thing people don't like those types of success stories because Kim and Croy was successful. People don't like that, they don't want to subscribe to that, they want to mess in with the crazy. Waiting a time, the Nene done bashed the things, now there's a lull in the thing, and now Kim out of nowhere talking about whatever she talking about. I just see it, I don't read it, I don't even know that he cheat, somebody did, somebody not. No. When that's not, and that's the thing about Croy. You know, Croy ain't out there looking, and things change, whatever. But that whole experience is probably the most genuine, and I could be absolutely wrong about, and then this is where we are in the industry. But when Kim met Croy on Atlanta Housewives and he was dancing and everybody was fixated on his butt, probably the most genuine thing they saw, whether they had match made that thing and brought Croy in because they knew whatever, but Kim was digging Croy and Croy was digging Kim. They had the kids, they went through the houses, they got the house, they set up the life. They good. Put out the show, showing you just how good we are, how we balance and how we manage older kids and younger kids, and it was great. But the people don't like that. So now here we are. And that's what I think about Kim and Croy. What's going to come of it? I'm sure at some point somebody will be back on television, Kim. And I'm sure at some point, I don't know, bombshells drop. I don't know. But now I'm just thinking about this as I'm talking about it. Now we got Kim's daughters out here trying to get famous and do the things too. So at some point, maybe they'll start to interject themselves in the conversation, do an interview or two, and now people are looking at Brielle and whatever the other one's name is. Like I said, whoever the other one's name is, in 3 months' time, we could both know them by name. So that's where we at, and that's how I feel about Kim. Andy Mack, welcome. No, Beyonce cannot act the best, but they put her in the movies. Now that's the thing. Chili is somebody who should drop it, and that's what I'm saying about people in the right place because Chili didn't have the money. Chili done known, just like Cindy. Bring up Cindy Crawford because we all know Cindy Crawford with her damn that skincare. You know that years ago with Jose Iber or whatever. You know that whole thing. Chili know that she grew up watching the same infomercials we did. That's the thing, and especially when it comes to the culture, she the perfect person to do something like that, but they don't allow it. Yes, that's okay. Thank them for the good times and move on. We're not going to compare the apples and apricots. We're not doing it, Miss Donnie. Miss Bonet. JoJo got caught up in a bad record deal that hurt her career. But then we got JoJo caught up in the bad record deal. You got the Kesha caught up in the bad record deal. You got Iggy Azalea caught up in the bad record deal. These white girls, which are all talented because I like JoJo and I like Kesha and I like Iggy Azalea. So however that works its way into the entertainment industry and success is how it does it. But there's no reason JoJo. First of all, there's no reason JoJo shouldn't be at least be singing at the people's weddings, at the very least, or something. You know what I mean? Hitting up the what I think she kind of does now, but summer events, a winter social, some shit like that. Big deal, not no little shit. But you know what I mean? Because JoJo got the voice, and now Jessie J out here getting pregnant, so people pay attention to her. But Jessie J sing the house down boots, okay, like the people say. So, and this is something we've discussed before. Love a storyline, don't they? Because Joe Camel, I think that was Jay-Z's first name, Joe Camel. Jacqueline, I'm sure you caught it by now. I believe, I hope you have. They always say something that goes viral before a new season. Exactly. Oh, so you did get it. Just a little bit of Kim. Coco Mocha, you want to be, I hear you. I hear you, sis. Corey Kim has a gambling addiction. Corey said Kim got it. Whether Kim got a gambling addiction or not, what they said, it ain't tricking if you got it. If Kim got the money to do whatever she want to do with her money, then let's just do it. But even for her to say, for the story to be that she has a gambling addiction and not Croy, because first of all, because you watch the show, Croy ain't doing nothing frivolous like that. Very strict, very tight with his funds. But Kim got the money coming in. Kim has the passive income, not just from Atlanta Housewives. So if she want to gamble, let her fucking gamble. I got it right. If somebody's with the wedding, somebody's wedding, I would love to have JoJo sing at my wedding, maybe Jessie J, but JoJo, no, JoJo too. I don't like the name. JoJo and the JoJo Siwa, we getting mixed up. Now people getting names all mixed up. Like Kylie Minogue had to say, I don't know about this. I know, yeah, okay, Kylie Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, but I was the first Kylie. But you ask these new kids a Kylie, they don't know a damn thing about a Kylie Minogue. And if you ask these new kids about a JoJo, they don't know nothing about just JoJo. Remember I told you guys that too about the names. How they switch up these names. Or continue a name or switch up a name so that when you look it up, you're getting this one thing and not the other thing. Or even when you turn on the radio and the samples, this is the worst one. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like, she keeping it on it. That sort of thing. Like that, I don't want to hear that. I'm trying to hear SW or the Brownstone, okay? Y'all gonna throw it back and throw me a Brownstone track on the radio? Thank you. But no, it's fucking Bryson Tiller or some shit. Kesha said, and at the end of the day, most of them are SA'd by women and by men. Whew, I done made it to the bottom. Now I'm up to date and current with the people. Dr. Luke, maybe, and that's the industry from acting to music, television. You got to lay down to get down. KB, Kim Porter situation, a very interesting circumstance. It's very suspicious. Yes, very suspicious. Especially considering the stories that come out after the fact. Timelines not matching up. Calls not being, all the calls being made were not addressed. Diddy's need to control the narrative in the situation. Diddy's ability to thrive off of the I want to say detrimental, but the demise of people around him, like at Apollo, That sort of thing. And that's kind of Diddy's thing. The death of his father, the death of Biggie, the death of Kim, and the death of deals and artists around him. Not Unctie. Thank you. That sort of thing, that's what did he do? That's what did he do? So Kim passing, some may even say it was expected, you know? But the situation around it just is very common for Diddy to be amongst it. Because they figured out, you watch a Netflix special, they figured out who done killed who. Here we go. That's what I was just about to say. You watch these Netflix special, they figured out who killed who in a day's time, or even now, the person who killed young Dolph, or the person who killed, what you call it, Nipsey. Figure it out in 6 months. But here we are, 20, 25, 26 years later or whatever, with Biggie, longer with the same around the same it's around the same damn time with Tupac, and we still can't figure out who the fuck killed them. You know what I mean? Like, especially considering you watch these shows, these documentaries and stuff like that. Oh, back then they didn't have DNA, so we went into we went into the evidence room and opened up a bag from 40 years ago and tested this and the things and the things and the things and the things. Come on, come on. And that's the thing too. They'll put the people in. They set the people up, and you thrive or you die. Very plainly put. Um, you thrive or you die. And Beyonce throve. Is that the past tense? She thrived, it did. And then you get somebody like Tupac, who was aware and conscious, overwhelmed, and ultimately, you know what I'm saying, just couldn't. And I feel like that was the same thing with Biggie, um, aware and conscious, and ultimately, I think maybe even affected their music, because now we can't have you enlightening the people. And you want to know why that's the truth? Because what the fuck do they rap about now? Fucking people and things. It's not the same. Enlightened rap from Biggie and Tupac from 20 years ago would have completely shifted the paradigm as far as what people look for in music, how people are influenced, what people see in the real world. And to that, they had to let go of probably the two most influential rappers in mainstream. Because I'm sure they're out there. People, I'm sure they're not the only ones by no means. Um, but that's where we are, and that's what we had, and that's what we had, and that's what they did. And to this day, somebody could be that them damn Tupac. I'm not watching that Tupac documentary, Dear Mama. Somebody got paid off of that. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight or somebody got paid off of that. These Biggie samples and things like that. Diddy's getting paid off of that. His mother, she owns the things. But Diddy's getting paid off of that. So again, they make money posthumously. And that's just as good as you getting up and saying, you ain't got to sell out $9.1 billion. If we can make 100,000 off of you in a year, we are all right. 100,000 off of you in a month, even better. And when it comes to people like Biggie and Tupac, yeah, 100%. The shirts and things, likeness and stuff like that, all of that is paid to somebody. And still, with all this love and adoration for the people that they love the most, can't nobody find the killer. Because if they found the killer, they know one of them is sitting in the jail cell, and the other one is sitting, I don't know where Diddy is right now. Somewhere but Carisha, please. you know? Because that's that. And if not anything, probably Diddy behind the two. Because that is, I think, Diddy's, in my opinion, Diddy's level of involvement. I'm anxious to see what the hell happens with Carisha. if anything, she does just do because Carisha Please is a good show, and she really could be. Um, when she says I'm the Black Oprah, and that laid the groundwork for her doing this podcast thing. Great. Um, did she have to do it with Diddy? No, but if 2.1 million people are going to watch it in a week, which is over $100,000 for the month from YouTube, he gonna sink his teeth in and he gonna extract all the fuck he can from that girl and give her the things. I mean, she looked great at the Met Gala. She didn't look very excited to be there. Cause I mean, let me tell you something. If I didn't know the things that I knew, first of all, if I get an invite, I'm still gonna be at the Met Gala. But hear me, and I'm gonna look like I'm excited to be there. But knowing the things that I know, and you know what the fuck the Met Gala is about, no, you're not that excited to be there. No, you might rather be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? She got kids, whatever. But there just wasn't that level of excitement that I would have expected to see her for her first Met Gala, for her to be there with Diddy, that sort of thing. Not giddy like a schoolgirl, but very like proud and accomplished. Even you know what I'm saying, that she made it. Because I used to run through these streets, and now I'm on the fucking stairs. You know, so that sort of thing. Well, you run through the Miami streets, and now I'm on the stairs at the Met Gala. So that sort of thing. Um, but that's Diddy. You talk about a Svengali. You talk about somebody being controlled. That's Carisha. Even JT to some degree, whatever this is that she's doing with Lil Uzi Vert and whatever possessions he has, which is kind of the between him and then yes, I love Carisha. Um, I like her. I like her. I like what she, like you said, Natasha. Just like Cardi, I'm into it. She talking, I'm gonna listen. She gonna say something silly, I'm gonna laugh. And she gonna do something that you just it's something. Especially now because now we're in this place. Turn on the camera, jump right in. That's what the people want. That's what the people subscribe to. That's where the money comes from. Being that sort of person. Not JT. Oh, I just want to be in my man at home. Girl, if you're not gonna turn that camera on and show us what you're doing or what you're even cooking for your man or whatever, then people are not gonna subscribe to that. So then she has all of this drama and darkness surrounding her. Avert, overtly is in our faces. Meanwhile, the drama and darkness around Carisha is definitely there, but it's a bit more subdued. Because and she ain't doing nothing. Like I said, at the Met Gala, she looked like she was essentially tortured. Uh, the process was torture. So there's that. Um, but what I was gonna say about Lil Uzi Vert, and I don't even know these people's names, these little young rappers, whatever. But these young rappers come out with these looks and things like that, and then they die ex extension or whatever, and then they have this whole demonic thing like Lil Uzi Vert, or even now what's this rapper now? He's transitioned and it's just looking with a yellow wig or whatever. It is just like so much confusion for this generation, and that's the representation. Like I just said, we had Biggie and Tupac for us up in here that were fortunate enough to experience that in real time. We had Biggie and Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And even before that, you got I can only speak to my generation. There's older people. There's older, Kool Mo D, whatever, all of them back then and stuff like that. But this generation now, the rappers that they have to look up to, that's providing the music or the influence for them, it's really fucking tragic. It's really fucking tragic. And I'm not saying because he's transitioning, but I'm saying because it looks a mess. Yeah, I am a bit cautious about Carisha being entangled with Diddy, like KB said. But what can we do? I would hate, although I don't think she would be the one to go, but I would hate to see her go. Um, and she's too far up to fade into the background. You know what I mean? So there would have to be some type of dramatic something Um, Even still, they seem to like figure that out with like Danity Kane because Dawn and them are still like out. You know, they signed a non-disclosure. Some more intense than others, or some didn't even want to. Like the one girl, was she a mother? The blonde, um, or even the little one. I'm not even gonna get into the melody. Save it all for me, and I only one that can hold. Because Danity Kane was something too, and that's just something the kids don't understand. But those two girls, and even not Dawn, but the other black girl, you don't hear nothing from those girls. Maybe the other one, the other black girl, might come out and do an interview every now and then, but you hear nothing from those white girls. D Woods, no, not D Woods, the other one. Oh yeah, D Woods, and then Dawn is the other one. So yeah, D Woods will come out every now and then. Maybe you'll see her say something, but you don't hear nothing from them white women. And D Woods, I mean, and Dawn is just out here doing the things, and Aubrey is out on the shows and doing the interviews and stuff like that. So they have kind of figured out how to handle. And at the same time, I feel like whatever, because there's this R&B thing, R&B buzz, that they're trying to, reinvigorate R&B, which it should be. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about there's so much. Just like you guys come listen to me, you guys go to other people, you guys go to other people, you guys go to. There's so many people out here for you to get what you need. And even if you listen to everybody, just why not don't put a limit on what I can entertain? You know what I'm saying? And there's space enough for everybody. It don't have to just be Ari Lennox, and it just don't have to be and then the other people I don't know, but these are the mainstream people like Ari Lennox and fucking Summer Walker and stuff like that. I feel like they're trying to bring Day 26 back into that mix of that conversation of R&B, and I would love to see that because that's something these kids don't know how the fuck these groups used to get down back in the 90s and before. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So, or different in Day 26 case, the early 2000s. So that sort of thing. But again, here we are, like Beyonce says, cyclical trends, trying to fit in. God damn it, home is where the heart is. I'm comfortable in my skin. So, but the cyclical trends about, things, trying to bring stuff back. And if once it fades out, well, that's history because we don't change anything. So history will always repeat itself. But you think once things phase out, we don't really bring it back. You just let it be what it was. But hold on to Day 26. Keep them Willie in a little bit of drama, or the other one in a little bit of drama. Keep their noses clean. Keep them above the ground, and then try to, whatever the case may be. So what's that deal? What's that conversation? How much are they getting paid just to maintain their voices and things like that? So there's all that stuff that I think my mind considers when we are trying to open up that conversation again. But especially because there's new people, but I don't think in this day and age people are just as easy. Like you look at the TLC story, how they sat and looked and figured out which girls will work and putting in that time and energy. Even the Destiny's Child story, which was a lot more easier bringing girls together. Here are the girls, we want you to be like this, and then we'll move two girls, bring in two more girls, drop one girl, bring in another girl, that sort of thing. That kind of stuff won't go over as easy as it did back then. One, because information is readily available, and you girl, say Matthew says you dumb whatever, you can't, whether she signs an NDA or not, but fuck this group, blah 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 blah, right on Twitter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. You're too young to even know what the fuck is the gravity of the situation that she's in. It doesn't matter. Want to go to Twitter, so you can't. So now we do got to bring in Day 26 from 2002 or whatever, things like that, because we can't recreate that sort of thing anymore because the people around here are just whatever. They don't care. They're not tied. They don't respect the systematic structure. And like I said, things just get repeated because you can't bring anything new because other people don't know what to do with it. Amore said, "Love Danny D was the real singer." You know, and that's the thing about Danny D Kane. They all could sing. Well, that little one, and D Woods could sing, and then that other blonde one, she hushed tones, and then Dawn, it was very much so the Tony Braxton of the group, obviously. So, but I feel like they could all sing, and that's the same with like Day 26 too. All sing, and ultimately, moreover, they sounded good together, and that's what's really important. And even the band, that was the band. See, sometimes things are ahead of their times. The band where you have the singers and the rappers, and we make these songs together, and it's just like that vibe is like unmatched. Naima said, "Thank God Cassie got away." Not the statement for me is not "thank God," but how could, and then not only get away, but immediately get into another relationship and start having children, married and start having children. Like, what's the difference between Cassie and Kim? Like I said, the difference between Cassie was that Cassie reminded him of his father had a girlfriend named Cassandra. Cassie for short. He was cheating on her. He was cheating on his mother with her. Also, too, alleged that Diddy's mother, the blonde bombshell, watch my video. The blonde bombshell is not Diddy's biological mother. But she just took Diddy on after he died, after the dad died. So I don't know. But that's the thing with Cassie. It's like he was in the throes, in the cruxes, and not only did you leave him, but you immediately, within like 6 months of leaving Diddy, she was with that man and married him right after that, and then started having kids right after that. And again, that goes to hush the story. Like, don't bring up her past because now she was single like Carucci after leaving Chris Brown. People would always, like they do, always address her with Chris Brown first. But because she's not single and she's in this relationship, married, people are not going to bring up her past. But there are a lot of questions in her leaving. Nobody. Kim was with Diddy for 40 years, 30 years. Like, no exaggeration, 30 years. How'd she get out? What are we saying? Dana Kane. Um, no, Diddy don't do none of the people right. Young people don't know. The last thing that young people need is R&B out here screwing and carrying on and don't know what to do with themselves. Thank you, but thank you, Bird. Ooh, not one of the best male R&B groups. That's high praise because we got some good male R&B groups in our repertoire. What a time to be alive. No kid. Cassie didn't have no kids with him. I think that's how Cassie got away. But and that's the thing. If Diddy wanted kids with Cassie, he would have had kids with Cassie. And why be? And then Cassie, like, now she got the modeling and stuff like that, and got her some work done, and she really looks like the guy said on what was I watching? He was a doctor. He had certain eights into tens, and she definitely did. She went from an 8 to a 10 after leaving Diddy. And if Diddy wanted her to be, I don't know. And we all like Cassie. It wasn't like, did nobody like Cassie? It's me and you. I'll be waiting. You know what I mean? Did nobody not like Cassie? And you put her in the right places. Even without, he invested a lot of time in her. She was with him for a while, and then just up and left. But in that time, while he was with Cassie, Kim was still around. Left Cassie. I want to say Cassie left. Kim came in, had them twins, and subsequently he had another woman pregnant at the same damn time. Because now there's triplets, and I think it's maybe 8 months between them girls, not even the twins and the other girl. Because at first I was like, okay, the twins, and then I seen the picture. I was like, when the fuck did he have triplets? And again, that baby mother is stunning. The new baby mother with the new baby. But then she comes out of nowhere in the cruxes of his situation with Carisha. Like, and that's like people don't talk, and that's a lot of mess to keep you distracted. But there's really huge bullet points to, there's elephants in the room to address in this situation here. Right, and that's I ain't heard a peep from Ryan Leslie. A peep, okay? There were plenty times Cassie didn't look happy, i.e. Carisha. Plenty times. Now, what I'm saying is that we all knew she should have moved on. We all knew she shouldn't even gotten that deal. What she thought she was going to get out of that, I'm not sure. But what she thought she got was going to get out of it is what she got after she left him. We nitpick and trying to make it make sense. So what did he even? Because what he had the kids on her is what he did. Was still fucking Kim is what he did to get Cassie to be. And so maybe we're waiting for Cassie to really hit the mark. I don't know because these models is getting younger, and unless she posing, maybe she did something for Fenty, but she's doing this thing with Butter, that Butter skincare with that boy that was on Friends of the Gays of WeHo. Um, I just don't know. I just don't know. Cassie is one of Cassie is one of the most suspicious things. Diddy's done a lot of things, but that whole situation with Cassie is very suspicious to me. For her to get away and then to have this whole life and then get picked back up in her career, And like I said, I just liken it to the name, and maybe you just wanted to give the name or whatever the case may be, because Cassandra, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But I've been on too long. 2:42. I'm trying to keep these videos down. Imagine me. First of all, imagine me trying to do hot topics like Wendy did in 24 minutes. I just don't think. I mean, anything is possible. I really have to really get it in there. But even down to an hour or two. I've been talking the whole time. I don't take no breaks. I just be running my mouth with the assistance of y'all, and I love y'all for it. Rocking out with me on this Tuesday afternoon, this Taco Tuesday afternoon. I'm not gonna have tacos. I made short ribs last night. Spare ribs actually. Pork. I don't eat no beef, so that's what I'm gonna eat. Who's Diddy's ex Virginia? Let me look at her. And that's another reason too how I get to staying on, because y'all just be saying the things. Blessings from Oregon. Thank you, Naomi, for coming on in. This how we do, girl. When I first started, even you catch me on the right day. Well, last year I haven't been as dutiful as I was. But hours, 4, 5, 8, 10 hours I would be on here talking to the gang about everything. About everything. We just don't do one thing over here. We talk about most things. So you're gonna catch me again, and we're gonna be hanging out just the same way. Now let me see this Diddy's ex Virginia. Oh, Gina V. Oh, that's the baby. That's the girl. That's the baby mother. That's the new baby mother. I think. I could be wrong. This ain't Diddy's longtime home. Diddy's longtime home girl. Gina V goes off and says she's tired of being nice and has been publicly humiliated. Yeah, now I know. Yeah, I know what you mean now. I know who you're talking about now. And then they went back, and her and Carisha went back and forth. The thing is, did he just be out here dicking around and dilly dallying with the people's time? And then he comes out $1 million richer. And then the people fade into the woodwork, unless you Cassie. So, that's what, and I think I'm gonna leave y'all on that. And I'll miss so many things to work on. But I do love you guys. I welcome all the new family members in here to the Kelly Collective. London Kelly Gang. Gang gang. Follow me on YouTube. Please click the link in my bio and go follow me on YouTube. I will transcribe. I think that might be the word. Transcribe these. No, that's because that's the words. Girl, I load this and upload it to YouTube, the lives, so you can catch it, replay it, pick out your favorite part, share it with your friends, and things like that. So much. I had a really good time talking, every time I don't know what I'm gonna do or what way it's gonna go, but we always get to where we're going in good form and good fashion. Not decently, maybe not in order, but we do it decently. And half is better than zero. So I will see you guys again. I promise you I will, and it will be sooner rather than later.